in the D&D group.
Buy a laptop if you need a new one.
Yeah, right.
Why not?
You won't buy me a laptop. That's why. I won't accept it. Okay. So I'll do a quick run through. Like I'll do a quick catch up, and then we'll just get in. My whole problem for the record is Discord like chunks my system. Like right now, it's taking 60% of my CPU for whatever reason. 60%, and the whole thing's 92 right now. And that's after like doing some shit that Derek told me to do. So Discord's like runs super inefficiently on my laptop for whatever reason. Um, I'll just try to cancel everything I can as well, obviously.
Hosting, man.
Oh yeah, I gotta host you. Shit.
Hosting.
I gotta host you. That's right. So you guys ready for episode 3, session 3,
Yep.
whatever you want to call it?
Yes.
Alrighty. As am I.
That's my grunt of. Who's this? No,
Oh my god, this was a mistake. I'm gonna close this and hope my channel's hosting naturally because I don't even want to open other windows and stuff. Like, how many times does one have to close Steam for it to close? That's what I really want to know.
You might have to end task.
Oh no, I ended that task, bro. I ended that shit.
Oh, look at me slowly sliding into frame there. Thanks, Sean.
I'm working on it. Oh my
You can
goodness.
cut off part of my elbow if you want.
I shouldn't have to do that.
Taxation.
For what it's worth, on my old PC, Discord would rape it as well.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's just straight up what I'm facing. So expect me to eventually need to switch to phone, I guess. Unfortunately, I almost wish like you could have another thing ready where my phone would just go there, but it doesn't work that way. When I leave, it seems to fuck with
Once you
Yeah.
come back in, it won't be a problem. I mean, I'm gonna have to reset everything up because it seems like everyone's out of misplaced anyway because of that. And for some reason, I can't stretch Kyle's freaking camera over here, and it's driving me insane.
Well,
There we go. There we go.
Can
Hold
I
on.
click on this thing that says watch stream?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, there we go,
Can
Sean.
you? Can you?
Probably it'd probably take you to Sean's Twitch stream where we all are probably. I'm assuming, but
Trish
I've
is
never
good.
done it.
Derek is good. Alex is good.
Rob's
How do I
not.
get- how do I get
Robin's
off-
ju-
how do I get
Robin-
off it there now?
Dad, you should never click something if you don't know how to leave it after. That's step one.
Here,
Okay.
stopwatch, and how's that? There you go. Okay. Hey, are you ready, Alex?
Huh?
Are you ready?
Yeah, well, I've been ready. I've been
Well,
ready,
What are we waiting for then?
Sean.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm good to go.
Okay. All right then. Are we live? If so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome to session 3 of Agents of Change, Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaign. We are here with the usual suspects. We've got Aljax the Dragonborn. I'm just going based on my view here. Aljax the Dragonborn, put your hand up, please, so everyone knows who you are. There he is. We've got Elia, the Elf Ranger. Elia, hand up, please. We've got Bale, the Human Warlock. There he is. We've got Trix, the Kobold Monk, not currently pictured. Say hi, Trish. Trix.
Hello.
She is pictured.
She is pictured on
Get used to
Twitch.
that.
Oh, on Twitch, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
He's pictured. My bad. Thank you. I see different things. We've got Urzog Doomhammer, Orc Barbarian. And we have 2 Asimars, played Galatar and Salazar. So thank you guys. And I am your Dungeon Master. And just to catch you up, yesterday we spent a lot of time delving in a little further into the caverns, reading some literature along the way, and we found ourselves down a long and dark tunnel with a light at the end, only to have Galatar stumble and nearly fall in full plate armor while attempting stealth with the rest of these guys, grabbed by Urzog, which itself was a racket, and last thing we know is the 2 voices we were tracking have left that area, and we proceeded in, and there was 3 treasure chests. We've opened 2 of them. Now, if I recall correctly, Bale, you have in your possession a mask of strange quality. Is that correct?
A moist mask.
The moist mask, that is correct.
Moist mask, yes. So, as I recall, we are hot on the trail of these 2 voices and whatever else may be. There are still ways to explore, ways to go, and things to yet happen. So why don't we get started? And we have that 3rd chest to look into still. So I'm assuming, if I may, that the party in general wants to open that 3rd chest. Are we going? Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay. Urzog, why don't you start us off? Grab that big old chest with those big old forearms. No roll needed.
Urzog? Huh.
Are you paying attention?
Has it been pulled out of the crack yet, or I got to pull it out of the crack?
You got to
Just-
pull it
yeah,
out.
just grab it, bring it forward.
All right, so I'm gonna reach down. I grab the chest. I'm pull it out. And I pop it right by the Dragonborn's feet because we believe that his magic spellbook is in there.
Okay.
It better be.
Wouldn't it be great if it wasn't?
Only you know.
Aljax, I need you to roll. I need you to roll a d20,
Okay.
unspecified.
Unspecified?
Yeah. No modifier. Just
It's
a raw.
13.
Okay, open the chest, please.
I open it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Urzog left it at your feet, so. Oh, wait,
Okay.
you need Bale to pick it first. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he has
Dale?
to pick it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bale. Roll a d20 dexterity, please.
6.
6. Okay. It opens. It's not that complex a lock. A little bit noisy on your part, but it's fine. So the chest is opened, and Aljax, I guess, it's presented to you with the belief that something of yours is in there. So why don't you take a look inside that
Okay.
chest?
I peer into the open chest.
Okay. You see what you see looks to be like a burlap blanket covering various things, like jutting square, the edge of a box of some kind. It's all covered by a burlap blanket, or something of that nature. Harsh wool, something like that.
Okay.
Steel wool blankets. I don't know.
So I pull that aside.
Okay.
To look what's underneath it.
Okay. So you pull the blanket aside, and you notice there's about 4 things in this chest. Now, one of them, it's not hard to notice that it's your gleaming amulet that you use as your spell focus, right? If I'm correct, right? You have that from another plane, the other plane that you hail from. It's given in your family down the line, these amulets by which you can focus this casting. So you notice that on the left side of the chest, no problem. So feel free to grab that. It belongs to you. Nobody's going to contest that.
Okay. I grab it and put it around my neck.
Okay. There is in fact your spell book. Why don't you grab that as well?
Okay, I got that in my hands.
Okay. Now I need you to make an arcane. Now I
What's
need
that?
you to make an arcane check now, because something in the chest doesn't seem normal necessarily. It strikes you as different, something different here, and it's more than just the energy of a wizard's belongings, or it might be just that, a wizard's belongings. So I guess we'll find out.
Okay.
So your arcane, which is an
Yeah.
intelligence mod, I believe,
Yes, it is.
and so go ahead and roll d20, please.
Okay, I roll a 13
Okay, 13, and what is your modifier?
plus 5.
So 13 plus 5.
Yep.
Okay. So 13 plus 5. So you sense that there is another magical item in that chest, but the thing is you don't see it. It's not
Okay.
immediately visible, but there's something emanating, some aura emanating from that chest still, and it does appear that when you saw the blanket, how many items did I say were seemingly in there? Several items, right?
Yeah,
Underneath that
5.
blanket. Yeah. So there is something, you're feeling something there, you just don't see it. So, how do you want to proceed there?
Well, I need to find out somehow what that is that I can proceed without seeing it. So how do we go about
Okay,
that?
okay, so why don't you reach in right now?
Okay, I'm reaching in.
Okay. And you can try to grab this source if it's there. Just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not necessarily there. You can try to grab it if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Is that what you
reaching,
want to do?
trying to grab it then.
Okay, you're gonna grab something you feel because of the roll you made. You know that there's something in there, so you're gonna reach your hand in
Right.
and you're gonna put those dragon claws around it, and sure enough, there is something there. Okay, so you are holding something now. It's hard to exactly say I would say you're holding it like that. If you can see what I'm
Yeah, I can.
like the way somebody would hold a book, for example. But
Right.
who knows what it exactly is at this moment? You can check it out more if you want. I'll leave that up to you. But for now, you're holding it the way I described. This non-visible object. You can ask
Okay.
questions. You can move it around. You can do anything you want to do.
Well, I should try and find out what this is, see if it might help us in whatever we need to do after.
Okay, so it's an invisible object. Does anybody have any way that they think that they can help with this invisible object? He's holding it like a book, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it is one.
Urzog smash.
No.
Well, have a discussion. What do you do with an invisible object of unknown ability, unknown power? Could be a trap, could be a magic item, could be a purse of gold, could be anything. And I just want to remind you that we did talk already about this Syphil Baron, right? The deep gnomes and their capacity for invisibilities and various illusions. Now, that's the only hint I'm going to give because I don't like to do that, but it has been a week since we played. So I guess I just want to say the possibility of an illusion it's still possible, you know? So can anybody decipher? Anybody have thoughts? Anybody, you just want to put this thing in your bag and move on? What do you want to do?
No regular perception checks will really reveal anything, right? It really takes...
I mean, he can pass it around and y'all can test if you want. I can't tell you to do it or to not do it, but just be advised you have no idea what this is. So,
can I check? Is there anything in that book that I had that mentions an amulet?
Now, the book you had, do you remember which one that was? Of the Dark, right?
Yeah, Of the Dark. Yeah.
Of the Dark. Okay.
Well, the amulet is mine.
What's that?
The amulet is mine that I found in that treasure.
Right. The amulet is my dad's spell. Is Aljax's spell focus, but this item here, this squarish item. So you still have the book, right? You still have the book, Galatar,
yeah.
right? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I don't mean the amulet. I mean the.
No, that's
object.
okay. That's okay. No worries.
Yeah.
I figured. So you want to pour over this book about and the blank dark something, right? So here's a passage. The best we can do is sort of flip pages, right? You're just gonna flip some pages.
Yeah, if there's time.
In fact, why don't you roll for me right now, please?
I got a 15.
15. Okay. Here's the passage. Divine magic. The gods show their favor towards mortals in myriad ways. A chosen few have their minds and souls open to the power of magic. There is no formula for who does and doesn't receive that insight, as the gods keep their own counsel concerning their selections. Some who are favored seek to ignore or deny that gift, while others embrace it wholeheartedly. Some who display the potential for divine magic develop and practice their abilities in a temple, a sacred grove, or another spiritual place. In this land, in the Underdark, those places are rare. Other practitioners of divine magic discover and nurture their God-given power entirely on their own. And that's the extent of the passage about divine. Now you can keep flipping, but there's no telling what kind of content, like if the content will be relevant at all. You know what I mean?
Okay, now I'm good.
Okay. So just to restate, there was a passage on divine magic, and there was reference to the gods keep their own counsel. They rarely have a formula for who and what gets to apprehend, that is to see anything or to engage anything or to be given powers or to be stripped of powers. The gods are basically fickle, and that's something every adventurer knows, but nonetheless, leave it to the authors to tell you. Whoever the author of this book was, as I recall, the authorship is unknown on this particular book.
I will just state, just for everyone knows, that there's a severe thunderstorm happening right now
Okay.
in actual life.
In
Montreal?
your area.
I'm
Yeah.
sure here too because we had one earlier, and wouldn't surprise me if we have another one.
So if Kyle, the skies are perfectly blue right now. So we're
Are
good.
they? Hey, man, my window's shut. When I got here, it was a thunderstorm. When I
Nah,
got
I
home,
love this guy. I love him. I love him.
We're good here too, but good to know, Sean. Stay
Yeah.
safe, guys.
Yeah, man.
We're
So if you go
supposed to have
down,
one out here, but
if you go down, we can always we'll just wait. We'll just figure it out. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
Which obviously could include me as well. That's
Yes.
not
Right. Of
Yes,
course,
it's-
you live
I
in
think
the same-
it sounds like the wind's going towards Derek's direction. So
Okay. Okay. All right. So I mean, we've got this invisible item. Yeah.
You guys just want to put in a bag for now, or?
Kevin, is anybody able to check it for Galatar? Can you check it for evil or find good or?
Yeah, hand it my way. I'll see if I'll take a look over it. I don't have any specific knowledge or background in discerning what this is, but if I may, I can make a.
I'll hand it over to you, and see if you can find out what I can't.
Okay. So you grab this. You're still holding it. Like, let's say you're holding it this way now, and you give it over. You're literally giving nothing just for visual. You're giving
Right,
nothing.
exactly. Yes.
But it has weight. It feels like it's weighty, and it feels like basically the proportions of a small, not a square, but like a rectangle.
So if I run my hands around it, and I'm trying to be perceptive here.
Okay. Why don't you
Yeah,
roll
no-
for me, please?
Okay.
I have it open. Here.
Perception roll, insight roll, anything you want in that respect. They both apply here.
Is anybody talking? I can't hear anything.
No, it looks like they're thinking.
Okay, good.
Yeah, 18. Sorry, I had to look up my skills.
Okay, Salazar. So you're running your gauntleted hand. Unless you want to take your gauntlet off, up to you. You are armored, right? So I'm imagining you have, a gauntlet or something. Now you can unequip that and run an actual hand over this. It's up to
I think
you.
I'm keeping my armor on. I don't know what's around the corner, so I
Okay,
think I'm just as best as I can. I'm running my gauntlet, my armored fingers along this.
Okay, so you feel, as you're running your hand across, you feel a bump. Basically, if you imagine a clock, let's say, in formation, okay, you feel a bump of some description at 12 o'clock. Okay?
Okay.
And if you continue running your hand across, there's another one. And another. And another. I can't really show you the image, but if you want to inspect that more or try to coordinate what this might be, you can do that. All that I can give you right now is there are certainly numbers of raised spots on this thing. Now it's up to you to discern if there's a pattern here or not. It would require some investment on your part.
Yeah,
to do that.
I think I'm gonna give it back to the Dragonborn here and just say that I feel that there's some bumps, some textures on the surface. It's beyond my comprehension at the moment, but we should take a closer look at this when we have a chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you take the book
Okay.
back? Do you take the
Yeah.
book back?
I'll take it back, and we'll start with my bag for now.
Mm-hmm. It's actually.
Unless somebody else has something else. Bale, do you have anything that would help?
I can use my skill in Arcana to try to take a look at it if you'd like.
Sure. Here, I'll hand it to you then, and
Oh,
see
thank
if
you.
can. Maybe between all of us, we might be able to figure it out.
Okay, have a roll.
Urzog smash.
Urzog, go smash.
7.
7.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you overheard the conversation that there are raised areas on this, right? You can run your hand around it, but I need you to describe where and how before I can. Like nothing jumps out at you in a sage's fashion, like in a nothing of the arcane is jumping at you, but that doesn't mean you can't do what Salazar did, or any of you for that matter, if you wish.
So I'll try running my hands along the sides,
Okay.
the front, back, and the sides of it.
Okay. So as you go around the sides of it, you feel like a ridge, like a cliff ridge, right? And then an indentation and a cliff ridge. So it's something like ridge, indent, ridge on the side, okay? And then as you trace the top and bottom from that, it is smooth but laden with bumps, right? So there is this jagged drop off, presumably where this object is ended, right? But again, without being able to see it, it's kind of, you could throw it, granted, so it has some dimension, and it's not like amorphous or huge, but it's kind of hard to tell. Why don't you roll an intelligence check for me, please?
I don't know what happens if Bale puts on his mask. Maybe he can see the other item.
That's a good suggestion. Maybe
You
should
said
say that.
intelligence?
Yes, please.
13. 15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can surmise, just based on the tracing that you did there and the descriptions that you gave of where you wanted your hands to be and things like that, you can surmise that this is a tome of some description. It's an invisible tome. It has the shape, the feel, and you could probably crack it open if you could really see what the hell you were doing. Exactly what would happen, or how one would do that, or what you're reading when you open a nothing, I don't know, but you are pretty sure that it's a tome.
I
At least
heard
in shape.
Urzog whisper something. Can you repeat yourself?
That mask you found, Bale, might it be of significance in this scenario?
Interesting
On the
question.
mask.
Bale, what do you think?
I'm just trying to get him dead.
Put on the mask.
Yeah, I'm not putting on the moist mask till I know what it does. All right.
But, can't.
Stop me.
What if you look at the mask and feel it, that moist mask? Maybe it has a similar touch or feel, texture to the tome.
So he's asking you to compare the items. Is that correct?
That seems to be it. Yes.
That is correct, yes.
I mean, Bale, do you want to take the mask out? Do you want to touch the mask? Take the mask out. It's up to you.
Yeah, look, I'll take the mask out and I'm just gonna put it on. YOLO it.
Oh,
I'm putting on the mask. I'm putting on the mask.
Are you sure about this?
I'm gonna stand back.
It's actually a little terrifying that you're asking.
In the mask?
All right, everybody, back up.
Get behind me.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm gonna put on the mask. I'm curious.
Okay, so you're grabbing the mask, and as
I'm
we
taking
said-
the mask out of my pouch.
Go ahead.
I'm putting it on.
How moist is
What
it?
happens?
Okay, so there is no like clasping to the mask. Okay, it's like it like if it was a masquerade mask, you'd have one of those sticks, right? So the best
Yeah.
you can do is sort of like give her one of those. Okay. And as we said, it's nose height and up, something
Right.
like the Phantom of the Opera mask, right? In style, ceramic, but slippery and moist, as you put it. Are you sure you want to put this on?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I need everybody to mute me and Derek, please.
Oh God. I'm gonna go check the significance of the.
Now, can Twitch hear me still when we're like when I'm having this discussion? Can the audience still hear?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sure
Okay,
nothing's
good,
gonna happen.
good.
We usually never lose power.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
because actually,
Unless Sean,
Sean,
yeah.
unless Sean mutes you, but
Okay,
I
well,
think he
I've
just
muted
gets up
those
and walks
gents.
away. So I think that in theory they should still be able to hear you.
Hopefully. Okay, so Bale, you put this mask on.
I put the
okay?
mask on.
And as
Yeah.
you do this, okay, as you do this, it basically it suctions to your face with a like squelching, like you know, like a cephalopod suction, like against your face, right? And as you do that, around you is everything drops away. Everything that you're in just drops away completely in this royal, this insubstantiated nothing, and you're standing but not standing, and breathing but not breathing. It's something completely, utterly alien in nature, and you're trying to get your senses. But I need you to roll because I need you to roll intelligence at least, because this is make
My life.
lesser men fools.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 5.
A 5.
A 5.
Okay. I'm gonna need. How do I play this situation? Okay. So you are looking around in this royal, and it becomes clear to you that there is nothing of the former here except this book in front of you. This
Okay.
book that you're holding, but it is floated in front of you, and it has form in here. It has form in here, but the problem is you're in a royal of, suddenly now visibly to you is water. This royal of water, just you're in a cyclone of water suddenly, and you cannot actually breathe right now. Like, you are actually in water as far as you're concerned right now. You are drowning right now. What do you want to do?
I want to try to take the mask off.
You want to take the mask off?
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to grab at your mask right now, okay? And then I need everybody to unmute me, okay? When this is happening, okay? Because they're seeing this part, okay?
Okay, so I'm at this point we're grabbing at the mask. That's
You're yeah, exactly. Okay.
okay. All right.
Are you clear on what you saw?
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay. So is everybody here? Is everybody present?
Sean's coming.
Okay, I'll wait.
You just go into excruciating detail on how moist this mask really is.
A little bit more than that, and I will, when Sean gets in, I will. We have entered a very important and unexpected situation, you guys.
Yes.
I did not think that this would happen now, and I do not know if this is something that I don't know. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. I can't really say much more, but I did not expect this to happen now, but it's going to, and it's here, so we're gonna deal with it.
All right.
Sean's back.
Yes.
Okay, so you folks see this. Derek, you have this mask in your hand. You had this mask in your hand. I'm just gonna update as if it didn't happen yet. Okay. He puts the mask on, and he jolts backwards. Okay, and he falls onto the ground, and he seems to just be like, I don't know. I don't even know how you would describe it. Like, he seems to be like moving, like, but just on the ground, but moving as if through something or in something or something. It's hard to describe what you're seeing. It is a masked human being, like, not flailing, because flailing would be chaotic. This is searching. This is like do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so as he does so, like he's doing this for a bit and then calms, and then now going forward, this is where Derek and I brought you guys back here into this moment. He is clutching at his throat, and he is trying to get this thing off his face, but he doesn't seem to be able to. It's not. He's trying to peel this mask off suddenly. You don't know why. You don't know what's happening. He's clutching at his throat, and he's making noises, and the mask is on his face, and he appears to be white-knuckling getting this off. What do we do? What does anybody do?
Smash.
Urzog smash.
Let's try and take it off him.
Yes.
Okay, so somebody step up, because this is of the essence. This has to be fast now. This is
Okay.
a very, very dangerous situation.
Am I able to get my fingers on the mask?
Go ahead and try. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna. What I gotta roll? D20.
Just tell me what you want to do with your hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk because I was the first in line because I told everyone to get behind me anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna walk up to him and try to grab like the mask from above, maybe, or underneath, or one hand above, one hand underneath, and try to get my orky fingers in there.
Okay.
And then pull.
Okay, you get your orky fingers in there, and you're gonna pull.
Yes.
Okay, make a strength check, please.
Oh God. This is
I
life
would
or death
suggest-
scenario.
I would suggest all the magic users right now, I guess the one, or anybody with any sense of magic ability at all, including Kyle with your high elf lineage, you guys roll arcane check now, please. Everybody look
Can I
at your
help with the
feet.
strength? Can I help with the peeling away?
Sure, of course. If you want to grab onto Urzog or you want to do anything like that.
Yeah, I want to grab onto Urzog, help with the pull.
Okay. Yeah, anybody, this is a situation where nobody should be, unfortunately, standing around right now. So if you have an idea, use it. Now, we'll start with John's roll, yes.
Yeah, 13 plus 4.
13 plus 4, 17.
17. Yeah.
I got a 7.
You got a 7?
Help very much.
Okay. So Urzog, you are grabbing at this mask, and it is the equivalent of trying to drag an anchor across a concrete road. Okay, you are getting nothing out of this. It feels so heavy. It feels so stuck that, like I said, it's like trying to move the tectonic plates out of the earth without breaking it. Like, you can't get anything. And Gal, you are holding his waist and yanking too. Unfortunately, your strength maybe not as impactful, but it doesn't matter. It didn't help. Anyone else?
I rolled a 13.
You rolled a 13 on an arcane check?
Yep, that's with modifier.
Okay.
13.
Okay. You can hear a degree of whispering. Now, it sounds like it's coming from Bale, but it can't be, because Bale is looking like he's choking right now. Bale is looking like he's turning skin color change right now because he's running. He seems to be running out of air, Bale. But you do hear something on the wind, or from him, as it were. It's hard to place exactly what language that is. Does anybody have any ways to parse through language? Any knowledges of languages? Everybody, search your history. What languages do you know? This is something happening now.
I know Draconic.
Okay.
I know Celestial.
Celestial.
Okay, Celestial. Okay, well, you're sure it's not Draconic. That's the language of your people. You would know that anywhere. It's not Draconic.
No. That's the only uncommon one I know.
Mm-hmm.
If we go up and listen, do we notice if it's Celestial or not?
Say that again, please.
Do we notice if it's Celestial or not?
It is not. It is not Celestial. You guys, Bale is grabbing at his neck, upper neck region now.
Is
Okay,
it
this
Elvin?
is bad. This is really, really bad right now.
Trish here. Trish knows Yip Yak. It's a Draconic dialect. It's not.
Yeah, it's not the Cobalt dialect Draconic. No.
Is it Elvin?
Something has to happen now, guys. You have to.
I
make a
also I
decisive
rolled
decision right
I
now.
rolled my arcane as well, Alex.
Okay, what'd you get?
So 17 minus 1 because I have
16.
a minus 16.
Okay, you also hear, and the most you can glean together is a sentence like. So it's a long sentence that you can't understand what it means.
Oh, okay.
It's a sentence. It's not a single word. It's a sentence. But Lord knows what it means with you guys right now. No one knows. But all I know is this man. It looks like he's drowning in front of you right now. And unless somebody thinks of something really fast, it doesn't look like he's gonna make it out of this.
Can I break the mask with like a weapon?
Do you want to try?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't want to hurt him.
on it, right? His face is it's on his face, right?
Yeah. I bash his face. No.
So,
Before she does that, how about I go behind him and hold him tightly so that he doesn't take a tumble and get hurt more than he needs to.
Wrestler move. Yeah.
He's already on the ground, so he won't tumble necessarily, depending. Like he's on the ground already. If you want to hold his head straight, whatever, you can do that.
I'll hold his head straight. Yes.
Like whatever you want to do, brace him for the impact or whatever. So I need you guys to mute me, unfortunately, again. I need to describe for the mouse square what's going on right now.
Wait,
Are we gonna kill Derek?
You and Derek?
Yes, yeah. I need you to mute me, guys, because I need to go explain to Derek stuff now that you can't know, you can't see. Right, so.
Oh, I can't.
They're both muted in this.
Yeah, we're all muted.
Okay.
How come I can't mute you? What's going on? Here, I'll turn my speaker off. Okay.
Okay. Derek, Bale. This is not good.
I'm not regretting this at all, though. This is absolutely fantastic.
This is
Sorry.
not good. I'm gonna be real with you. Even if I wanted to play it not straight, it's going to be a bizarre situation here. But I'm just gonna level with you right now. You are in water, like I told you, right?
Yeah.
Now you are. Is there anything you want to say if they could hear you say anything? Now I want you to know something here. I want you to know something. You have gills on your neck now forming. Okay. Now think about the people we fought before, right? Those things we fought. Think about their nature. Think about where you are right now. Is there anything that you could say? What could possibly be the thing that they need to do to save your life? Or stop whatever this is happening right now? What do they need to know if you're drowning in water but you feel these ridges on your neckline and this slippery mask won't leave you, a suction to your face? What? Think of a sentence to say, one single sentence. It has to be to say to them. And then I'm going to need you to roll when we get back to them. Okay? But I need you to think of a sentence to say that they need to know. And I'm not going to help you solve what it is that you need to survive. I need you to think about what it may be. Okay? What made it be in the circumstance I described to you? Is there anything confusing to you right now that I can clarify? And I will gladly do that within the realm of mystery and knowledge and all that stuff, because this is a life or death situation right now. I wish I could BS you. I wish that this maybe didn't happen right now when you guys weren't level 1. What might you need? Can I give you a hint or something? What might you need?
I mean, we're talking about the C-spans, right? I know they're C-spawns, but
yeah, the C-spawns.
Yeah.
We are talking about those. Yeah.
the fuck did we learn about them?
I mean, is there any way that you could communicate, even just C-spawn, to? You remember Aljax? He knew everything there was to know about them when he was asked.
Yeah. So
How do you communicate that?
Everyone can.
Can I go back in?
Should be.
I would probably something along the lines of the answer lies with the sea spawn.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, if he has all the knowledge
Uh-huh.
of them,
Mhm.
and I'm forming gills,
Mhm.
I'm going to assume it has something to do with that.
Right. Okay.
Because I mean, I myself don't have that knowledge, so I'm gonna depend on them to figure that out.
Okay. Okay. Then they're gonna have to do it fast. So you want to say the answer lies with the sea spawn? Is that a direct quotation that you want? And make sure it is. I can't stress this enough. Make sure that it's exactly what you want to say. You can say, "Get this fucking thing off me. It's fucking sea spawn related." Like I don't, whatever you want to say. But it has to be one sentence.
All right, so it's gonna be. It has to do with the sea spawn. Hurry the hell up.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay, you're on.
Okay, guys. I mentioned that there was some language that you couldn't decipher, right? I mentioned that, and I need Aljax. I need you to make a test
Okay.
on your. I need you to make a test on your history, please.
Right.
Which is an intelligence mod. I don't know if you have a additional specialism mod, but
Yeah, I do.
okay.
Okay, with my mod, I got 13.
Okay. So
That's not good.
it appears that, as I've said, Bale is drowning right in front of you in the middle of this room. There's not a drop of water in this room. Okay? Not a single drop of water in this room, but he looks to be drowning. And if something, as I've tried to impress and as you guys have responded well to, if something isn't changed about his circumstance, his skin's like going white. This man cannot breathe. You see him grabbing here, around here, and he looks like there's still something being said, okay? But it's in this language that you don't know what it is. Only something sparks quickly in the mind of Aljax, who did just roll. Aljax, when I asked you to roll in session 1, I asked you to roll knowledge about enemies, did I not?
Yes.
And what did you rolled fairly well, did you not?
Yes, I did. It was 19 or 20.
It was a natural 20, in fact, according to my records.
Okay.
So you recognize, okay? You had, and I've told you guys, Aljax knew everything there was to know about a sea spawn, right?
Right.
Because of his knowledge, his learning, but you still couldn't communicate with them, right? You still couldn't seem to get their attention. Now, when you rolled that 20, what you don't know, you're about to find out now, is going to have repercussions right now. You recognize that he's speaking Aquan, which is the language associated in part to the sea spawn. So you recognize, due to that knowledge and that natural 20 some sessions ago, that this voice is Aquan. He is speaking in the language of the aquatic creature. And he is, he's saying, I need you to test. I need everybody here to test on an intelligence test. And I'm just going to be frank with you guys. If there's a natural 20, you can have a celebration. If there's not, everybody roll D20, intelligence mod. Shoot for a natural 20, please.
11.
I got 11.
Kyle's smiling.
Seven.
Why is Kyle smiling?
Yeah.
So did I.
You got a natural. You rolled.
Yeah, I did.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Good thing. Mine was horrible.
Well, what do you want me to do? Take it in the little thing, or?
Yeah, just show it to the camera if you can. If it's not too, just to punctuate the moment because.
Oh, like hold up the dice?
Yeah, sure. Hold the dice up. Yeah.
Wait, that's not a good
14.
angle.
I was gonna say leave it where it was and lift the whole thing if you could, but.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that's
Okay.
kind of hard to do in this because I knew it was going to jostle around if I lifted it up.
Okay, Kyle. Now, Al Jax knew what there was to know about C-Spawn. And I've asked all of you guys to think hard. That's what the equivalent of an intelligence check is right now. Think hard. What could this be? What could he be saying? And who's to say? Elvish intuition. Who's to say what it is? Your people have been around for centuries, right? They've seen, heard, lived everything, one way or another, and many times over. That's the elf. That's the faculty of an elf, right? They feel more emotion. They see more. They live through more, and they understand loss more than anybody else. And you maybe just somehow hear this sentence. As if on the winds, as if from the ages of the sea where your people lived on land when the men came crawling out like platypi. You know, this is ancient. This is ancient. And you hear this exact sentence. No more and no less than this. It has to do with the C-Spawn. Hurry the hell up. Exact sentence in the voice of Bale in this Aquan tongue. He says it has to do with the C-Spawn. Hurry the hell up. That is the sentence and nothing. What do you do?
Do we want to run him to that lake?
God.
Yeah, I think we have to head back to that lake where we saw those first two. Remember, there's always more than two.
Well, if he's drowning in the air, can he breathe underwater?
We got a bucket.
That's possible.
Right? I don't know. Let's try it.
You got a bucket?
Okay, is that what you want to do?
We're going to the lake.
Okay. Now be advised there. Go ahead.
Did we confirm? Just this is talking to the group more so, and also the dungeon master. When we were reading the books, we heard about the Cipher Nebulum, the deep gnomes.
Deep gnomes. Yep.
The C-Spawn are enslaved by them. You said, or like the ones that we encountered
Didn't say
were.
that. Nope, did not say that.
I think it was just knowledge about that we read it in the book.
Okay, I thought it was linked somehow. My bad.
No, it could be, but that was never clarified.
If it's not clarified, then it's not known.
Right, it's not known. Now, Trish has an idea. Does anybody else have other ideas, or are we going with that? Because if we're going with that, we have to do it now. We have to do it now. There is no time. There is no time to pursue what we're pursuing. The people that were in this room. It's now or it's never.
Pick him up and move him.
So are we going back to the water? Is that the vote? We're gonna get him in water. We don't have a bucket.
Well, because didn't we pass a small little bit of water on the way here? Like
So
we went all the way back.
Galatar and I. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, Galatar and I, we have our full kit, so we have water.
Water skins.
Water skins. Can we
Can we free willy this?
Well, for the record, I want you guys to know that although I didn't fully spell this out, you all have your full kits now. Okay, you all have it now. So whatever rations, water kits, whatever you've all got this. Okay. Now, you're incapacitated.
I'd like to pour water on him and see if that helps him from right now it looks like he's suffocating. I want to pour water on him and see if that helps in any way. And I'd like to do a medicine check as well because I'm quite adept as a cleric.
Okay. So let me clarify here because the timing is essential for what is going on my end. Let me clarify. So before you guys follow Trisha's idea to bring him to a body of water, you wish to vacate some of this water skin onto his face or something.
Yeah, just to see if that helps in any way. Does it have any effect on his suffocation?
Okay, so who has a water skin?
Both of us.
Yeah, both of us do.
Both? Okay. Go ahead. Pour. Tell me how much you're pouring on there.
Pouring my entire water skin on him, so like several liters of water.
Several liters. Okay.
Yeah, it's 5 pounds worth. So
Wow.
You want to use it all?
I'm gonna pour my whole water skin on him.
Okay.
Okay. I need you to make an observation, like an insight check, please. Perception. Sorry, perception. As you're doing
15.
this, as you're 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're pouring water onto his face. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I'm being very attentive to if this is affecting his suffocation at all.
Countenance in any way. Okay. So you rolled a 15. So as this water cascades down onto him from the water skin, there is a change of color to him. It's like they change from a white cloud to a cherry blossom in tone. It's a slight gain. It's not like he's living in Miami or anything like that. It's a slight gain to his color from white to pink, let's say.
Free Willy.
What's that?
It's a Free Willy situation.
A little bit,
got him.
maybe. And but that doesn't stop his thrashing. But for 30 seconds, it doesn't stop. It doesn't release the mask. It doesn't do anything like that. There is color to him, and all your water is draining like down onto him and onto the floor. Who just posted that Free Willy?
What if we hurried him to the lake and submersed him into the lake? Then maybe that'll make the mask come off even.
Yeah, Tricks, I think you're onto something. I think you got the right idea here. Let's get him into some water.
Let's get him.
Team lift, let's go.
Wait, you want to go all the way back?
There is
a small pool.
There is that smaller pool that's nearer to us.
I'm assuming you're referring to the one off to the right of this pathway.
Yeah.
That was what did I call it? A hot
wading
spring?
pool or something.
Yeah, hot
spring,
spring, you said.
Yeah.
Is that where you want to take him?
Yeah.
Sure, if that's the closest, maybe that'll work.
Okay, Doomhammer, grab him.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw him over my shoulder. I walk up to him, I throw him over my shoulder, and I start bolting towards the hot spring.
Okay, so you guys are all going now out of this tunnel, or is anybody staying behind?
No, we all got to keep together.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all going out of the tunnel and out to the right, and then to your left is the hot spring. Okay, so you have
Right.
Vale, fireman carried over your shoulder. Urzog, what now?
I'll throw some water on him.
You'll throw some water from the hot spring onto him?
No, sorry. Water skin. Water skin.
Oh, okay.
Are we there now?
Yeah, you
Or-
are. It wasn't far. You're there. Yeah.
Okay, we're there. All right.
So
throw him in.
Throw him in.
I'm not gonna throw him. I'm gonna cradle him. I'm gonna put him in.
Lay him in.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him in my arms like you would baptizing a baby, and slowly submerge him into the hot spring.
Okay.
So now I have him in the water. He's in my arms, and he's maybe about 2 feet deep, enough to be submerged entirely.
Okay. I'm gonna need you guys to mute me again. Sorry. It's
Just
really
you or
good
you and Derek?
Me and Derek.
You and who?
Okay.
I got to mute my whole speakers because I can't mute you
Well,
guys
he's
for
clearly
some
turned into
reason.
a sea spawn, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna kill him. It'll save him, but he might not be human anymore.
Then we'll have to live in water for the rest of the game.
We'll obligatory go back to my whale picture.
Okay, Derek. Are we good? We okay here? Like,
Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic.
That wasn't a thumbs up, I don't think.
Okay, Derek. So you don't know any of this was happening to you, but I wanted you to see, because there was, as I told you, there's a real opportunity of death right here. If there was no natural 20, like just bro to bro outside the game, if there's no natural 20, you'd be dead. So you owe. He may not know this, but you owe, or she may not know this, but you owe Elia your life. By what reason? I don't know how. By how? By happenstance, it happened to be his lighted up face that he rolled the 20. I don't know what to tell you, but you owe. Let's make no mistake about it. You owe Kyle your life right now. And I didn't
We all know
wanna
that
do
in-
that.
We all know that in true character, I will never admit that, though.
Right.
We'll keep that between us.
Right. Okay. now he may have some suspicion of that as it goes, but regardless. Okay, so they've as you've seen, they've laid you into this pool, this saltwater pool. And it's also a good thing that they did, because if they took you to that freshwater lake, you'd be dead. So you probably also owe Trish a great deal of thanks as well, because her idea was, let's not go there, let's go to the geyser. And unfortunately, it was a little thing that maybe Aljax didn't quite put together the importance of the salt water in this, but nonetheless, you're here. So that being said, aside from your character, these life debts, if you will, aside, as you lay into this pool, the mask detaches, okay? And as you get pulled out of this mental cyclone, this mental water cyclone, you hear the phrase, and only you hear this, okay? This is way beyond where I was ready to go yet. But you hear the phrase, see it in limbo. See it in limbo. The only way to know the truth. See it in limbo. See it in limbo. And it just fades. Okay? It just fades. And as you're fading away from this water cyclone, Rob just wrote, we're gonna have to get him a helmet of water. As this vision fades away, the last thing you see is this book in your face, okay? That same book that started all of this, okay? And you see on it, you are not blind to this at all. You see this perfectly, okay? Now keep this in your mind, okay? You see what looks like etched on the front of this wheel etched on the front of this book, a wheel, like pointed, like as if a pirate ship wheel, okay? As if a spinning nautical ship wheel. But it's not
Like the
exactly
helmet,
that.
like the helmet,
Yeah. So you see that in a sense, but not exactly. Rather, it's like a pirate ship wheel, but instead of the knobs, it's like pointed spear tips all around. On each of those knobs. None of them are holdable, really, but that's kind of what it looks like, right? And there's scaling on it. There's tentacles around it. There's a bunch of things that are aquatic in nature. But most important for you to remember is a wheel, okay? And last thing here, I just need to pull up one more thing. You're gonna have to bear with me here.
It's so good. This is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic.
So let's see. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Oh my god. They always tell you in Baldur's Gate, don't put the thing on first. So Derek.
You know me. How could I not put the mask on?
So Derek, I need to tell you something. So there are going to be changes to you, but they're not immediately revealed. All you know is you still have these slats of gills, but they're pinkish, they're reddish, they're uncomfortable, but they're in real life, real time. They don't seem to be moving, they don't seem to be doing anything, but you have like the flaps of skin that open and close, but they just don't move right now, like a set of blinds of flesh on a curtain, like on a window. You have like 3 on each side, okay?
Breathe underwater now.
I don't know. But okay, I want to bring everybody back so they're not bored. But this is what happened. You remember what you heard?
Yeah.
You remember what you saw?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I try breathing underwater?
You can.
I'll try that later.
Okay.
Okay. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want you guys to know that. I want you guys to be aware that I have told Derek that even if I wanted to, this is me outside the game speaking, right? Even if I wanted to fudge my way through this, there was no way that I could based on how I set this up. And they always tell you, man, don't put the magic item on without knowing what it is.
Okay, so he's an idiot. Okay.
If you've never played Baldur's Gate, the original, let me just make a quick reference to those who may have played it. One of the first things you encounter is an ogre with a girdle, 2 magic girdles, in fact. One of those girdles is cursed, and if you don't identify it, it changes your gender. You become male or female, the opposite of what you were. Not only that, you can't take it off. Okay, so this is something you learn when you get to reload the game, but in D&D there is no reloading the game.
So Derek's a sea spirit now?
So I told Derek there was every opportunity that you'd be dead. Okay, because this was not supposed to happen. I asked for a nat 20. You guys were there, right? I asked for a nat 20. That is the minimum of what it took. The minimum. And only because a natural 20 is always a success. Okay? Now, the reason I'm telling you this outside the game is this. I don't want to see you guys die, but I'm not going to save you from dying. If this is the actions you take, right? This is extremely above level 1 people. Okay? This is something, just to pull back the curtain briefly, this is something I had queued up like a year from now. And I was like, oh, I'll plant the seed. I'll plant this seed here. I'll do this here. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing can happen. And now it's happened. Now, I just want to say something because I really want to encourage you guys to use your minds like you guys are doing, right? Don't use the rules all the time. Use your minds. And I just want to say, Trix, Galatar, Salazar, anyone, Elia, everybody here had a hand in this, okay? But Trix, I want to give you 8 luck points, okay? Because you use your mind at the last possible moment. Because we had an idea of what was going on. You guys deduced it right. Salazar, Galatar, there was something, he was drowning, he was struggling. But even having done that, I can't stress this enough, even having done that, even having broken that down, it still wouldn't have been enough if not for some thinking. Okay? So I told him again, I'm just going to say this one last time before we get back into character and everything. I told him that there was probably 4 or 5 ways instantaneously that he would be dead. And let's go. So Trish, I think you have like something like 10 luck points now, which again you can spend
11
luck points you can spend to modify the roll, any roll you wish. You cannot, however, make a natural 20. You can make a 20, but it's not considered a natural 20. So it cannot, for instance, a difficulty case like this, a difficulty case of this mask scenario like this, we're talking something like 45, okay? like just to put it in perspective. And so only a nat 20 could do that. So you can't make that happen. But what you can do is doctor some other rules. For the fates look kindly upon you for using your mind and thinking. Not only is water important, but it's important that we get him there now, and it's important what type of water we get him into. Okay? And for whatever reason, that was what was in your mind. It was a huge thing. So, like, I'm very serious. He'd be dead. So, congratulations to all of you guys. He is not dead. In fact, we're going back into the story now. Thank you for talking to me. Thank you for letting me break that down for you. It's important for you to understand, like, what you're up against. I'm not going to pull punches on you guys. if it's severe like this, right? So you've laid him into the water now. Thank you, Urzog. I believe you might be the only one without luck points. Take 2 for yourself, because your brawn might have been absolutely necessary for this survival as well. So take 2 luck points for yourself, Urzog. And so you've laid him in the water, and as I described to Bale, as he floats into this maybe 4-foot pool of salinated water, this mask pops free.
Sweet.
Yeah, pops free. And no sooner does it do that than it flits away like a fish and is gone. Gone.
Wow.
Where? Just
Good
gone.
riddance.
The mask itself is gone. It moved as fast as any snapper or whatever, being fished up, being startled by a motorboat, whatever. Where it went, we don't know, but it was enough that all you guys saw it. It was clear as day. A white ceramic mask, shoot and gone like a fish. And as that mask comes loose, I mean, what do you want to do? Bale, you're conscious now.
Okay, it's like,
You're
it's like
conscious, floating in a pool of salt water. What do you do?
Thank you all for saving my life. Expect it again in the future, though. Given the chance to put on another mask, I will do it again. Just keep that in mind. So don't ever suggest putting a mask on.
Can I put him back under the water?
He's still under the water, and that, my friends, is, you deduced, there's something, I mean,
uh-oh.
very rarely do you dabble with magic and leave unaffected. Especially magic that is 10 times your power. I've told Bale that the ridges on his neck, he's got gill-like formations, but it's like I said, it's like the closed blinds on a window, but human flesh. So they're not moving, they're not operating. But what I'm trying to tell you is he just spoke through water. He just spoke in water, clearly hearable to all.
So he's
Yeah,
almost
he
a
said-
despawn now.
That means he took in water, okay, and ejected water, and was still hearable through the water.
Okay.
I can't really tell you how, I can't really tell you why, and I can't really tell you what he is, what he's not, but I'm telling you what's happening. He spoke in water, he took in water, he did not cough, did not drown. That's all I'm saying. So he said that in water. So would you like to get out of the water now, Bale? At first I thought you were going to get out of the water first and then talk, but...
Yeah, can
No,
we
I've
see
got
if you can
gills now,
talk
it's
on
awesome.
land now?
What's
Or
that, sorry?
breathe?
I'm gonna try to get out of the water and breathe.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so
I
you're
guess
gonna
I should
try-
lift him out of the water.
You want to grab him?
Well, because he's in my hands right now, so I guess I'll lift him out of the water and stand him up and make sure he's good on his own.
Okay. All right, go ahead. So you yank him out of this 4-foot pool of salinated, heated water to a degree. It is a hot spring, right? It's fairly comfortable. If you could carry a while, you might. But the greater things press the time. Now you pull him up, and I need you to roll a d4. Bale.
Urzog or Derek?
Yeah, Bale, please.
Bale? Okay.
It's a triangle die, Bale.
Oh, one.
I think he said 1, Alex.
Oh, did he? I'm sorry.
Did you
I
catch
missed
that?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm also having problems with Discord, so
Okay. So you said 1? You said 1?
yeah.
Okay. All right. So I need you to drop your HP by 1, please. You have taken 1 damage. The rationale of which, or exactly how that functions, it's hard to say. You just know that as you come out of the water, yes, you take in breath, but as you take in the breath, like a normal, like you just did not minutes prior, what feels like for you hours, in your case, what you just did prior, it feels normal, except you burn, your neck burns too. And so you hold your neck a little on these ridges here, and you feel different. That much is certain, and you do feel hurt. That did hurt. I guess that's as simple as I could say it is. That did hurt, but how exactly that functions, well, I'll leave it to smarter minds than me to figure out. But you are breathing, and you are not dead. So there's that.
Big win.
We don't have to make a helmet.
Well, yeah, I have gills. I have gills now. That's
Big win.
Urzog, does it still smell human?
I'm gonna have to roll a check for that, I'm sure.
Go ahead if you want.
Perception check.
Go ahead.
D20. I will roll a perception check.
Sure.
sniff me.
5.
Okay. Do you want to? You're smelling him.
Yes.
It smells like salt water. Congratulations.
Now, is this just a temporary hit point of 1, or he lost?
No, he took 1 damage. He did not.
Okay.
His max pool did not change.
All right. Okay. The rest won't cure.
So, Bale, any luck seeing what that invisible object is?
Did that help at all?
I don't want to talk about it.
I still have it. If you want to take a look at it.
No, it's okay. You can put that back in your bag.
Okay. All right.
It's all good. It's a book. That's what it is.
It's a tomb, but yeah. Okay. All right. We'll look at a later date.
Okay.
I'm just happy.
What do we do from here now?
I'm just happy I'm not the only injured one in this party.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, assess the situation, talk amongst yourselves. I did lay out some of the parameters. I said if you go back, you're not going to necessarily have the same trail. You're not going the same way. You can still go the way you're going, but if you were in pursuit of somebody, you can rationalize that. I mean, maybe they're not there anymore. But
we didn't go very far to this hot spring, so I mean, I don't know which way should we go now? I'm just asking as the group.
Probably back the way we came.
you went to that barracks area with the chest.
Back
right?
to the bar?
I don't think that's what he meant, but I could be wrong.
Back to the barracks.
Yeah, back to the barracks. Yeah, where we found the stuff.
Where the chest and the mask was and stuff.
We lost Bale.
And we lost Derek.
Oh, we lost him?
Is it okay if I take this moment to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, I
go
was
for
gonna
it.
say same thing.
We'll take a
All right, 5.
break.
Take 5 or so.
Take 5, sure, okay.
We'll be right back.
All right. Just give a thumbs up. I know everybody's back though, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having problems with my muting and that, so.
Oh, yeah, the Discord was being uncooperative. Good. Bro, I have gills now. You know how exciting that is? I don't want to talk about the book anymore. I don't want to, no. Look, right now I'm just going to contend with myself with the fact that I can breathe underwater, all right? That's pretty fucking cool. It was worth the almost dying. No, that's my bad. I'm the one that put the mask on. But did I not warn Alex the last time? You can't present me with these types of things and expect me not to do it. Especially when someone says, hey, try putting on the mask. You know what? Yeah, okay.
I guess it makes sense why it was moist now.
Yeah, it was just water. It was just a lot of water.
It's a Free Willy situation here.
That got me so good. That's just that. It's a Free Willy situation. Hey, what is that? What is that?
And as soon as you said that, that's immediately where my head went, Rob. Was that Mo picture with the whale? Oh,
What's the cat's name?
Nova.
Oh, you like Planet of the Apes?
She is the most
Nova.
fluffiest.
Nova.
Your name is
Oh.
Nova.
Okay. I see how it is.
So we're starting to carry a lot of D&D stuff at work now. And I was doing shipping like on Thursday, and I opened it up and I'm like, oh, wow, these are some nice metal dice. Wonder how much they are. Oh, $67. Fuck that noise. Fuck that noise.
I saw that. I don't know if any of you use D&D Beyond. It's like a online character creator,
No.
but they sell like digital dice, and they sell digital metal dice for like a crazy markup. And it's like, why would you want digital metal dice?
Yeah. Like I understand appeal to it, sure, with the ones that like I said that we have, right? Like we sell a normal set of like a D4, D6, D10, D20 for like $6. So basically $1 a dice.
Yeah.
But then I open up this thing and it's like, hey, here's a set of 6 for $59 before tax.
Yeah, but see, it came with a magical item, though. Did you know that?
It better come with something magical if I'm going to pay $67 for dice. Yeah, exactly. Like I opened this up and I looked at them and they're in like a nice D&D box, like official Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm like, oh, this is really nice. And then when I printed off the stickers at work, I was just like, yeah, nope.
Oh, watch how fast your money disappears.
No, thank you. I already have like a bunch of different die. I don't need these. They're nice, but I didn't want to like, your idea was good, Sean, but I'm like, as soon as he was like, YOLO, I'm like, oh no, something bad's gonna fucking happen now, isn't it? Oh yeah, no, that totally made sense. Honestly, it made sense to me too. Like that was gonna be something that I was gonna suggest, but then I was like, he's probably gonna have to make some kind of check on the mask before he puts it on again.
I thought just maybe holding it in front of your face, looking through the eye holes, without actually putting it on your face might have worked.
It might have pulled one of those like the mask things though, where it like snaps to your face.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a Jim Carrey mask situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, when the mask got stuck to his face, I was trying very hard not to say that. But oh man, I'm so glad Derek's alive.
I am also glad I'm alive.
I just kept seeing Derek laughing, and I'm like,
With
oh
the-
my god, what's
With
that?
the added bonus of gills, though. That is again,
Yeah.
that's my takeaway from that. If he
Hey.
thinks that's gonna deter me from putting another mask on in the future,
It
so
could
wrong.
be way worse. It could be way worse. You could be dead, or you could have been a complete and total fish man.
Now let's have a resurrection spell at this stage.
The gills were
And you
worth
actually
the almost dying.
I wonder. I
Well,
no, he'll be able to rest. You'll both be able to rest it off. Your 1 HP down.
Yeah.
you
I
No,
mean, Jesse and I, we have healing, but it's not
No.
really worth using.
No, Alex already said that. Yeah, it's not a permanent HP drop. It's
just a rest should do.
a rest will take care of it,
Probably
right?
like
He'll still have fucking gills, but a rest will take care of the 1 hit point damage, right? Like,
Mhm.
I mean, long term, you might need to keep an eye on that, or every time he transitions between water and air.
yeah, it's like
Well,
herpes.
yeah.
Need to keep an eye on that shit.
I mean, over time, he might become a sea spawn.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I'll know everything about him if he does.
You have to
You all
keep an eye
know.
on him then.
You all know I'm gonna take full advantage of the fact that I can breathe underwater now. I'm just
That's
saying.
actually a really good
Wow.
thing, dude. Like, you did come out with 1 advantage.
Yeah, but you better be careful about that 1 advantage doesn't take over you.
I wonder if now that you're part fish, if it counts towards like. Oh no, you're part dragon too, aren't you, Alan? I was gonna say.
I am dragon, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys are both. You guys are.
I can't fly. We lost that in our transition from dragon to dragonborn. But I am green with scales, and I have poison. I have a poison breath. Yeah, I'm 21 years old. I'm 6 feet and a half, and I weigh 300 pounds. That's when I have green scales. That you guys already noticed. I'm 6 feet and a half. Not 6'5", 6 feet and a half, and 300 pounds. And I'm a young pup at 21. Because we live to be 85. Well, yeah, I mean, it's, yeah. Yeah. Unless we find some life, extending potion or something, or who knows. Then I go back to my plane, and once I'm, down for the reason I'm down here.
Oh.
Don't waste your good rolls in case you get some good ones here. You don't want to waste them. Okay, get the bad ones out. I don't roll till I need it.
No, you'd want a dexterity check for that. buddy.
Dexterity check.
Come on, Alex, you can make it.
Oh, I rolled a 5 for him.
11.
Oh shit! I rolled a 1.
I can't roll. I mean, I'll just I can't roll.
Yeah, fix that hair, buddy.
Alex
Wait,
is a
did you-
god. He just made you half fish, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that means you can speak aquatic now?
All he
Was
said
that-
were gills. All he said were gills. That was it.
Hi,
Hey,
Hello.
I'm back.
Welcome
Yes.
back.
We rolled a dex check for you when you walked into the room with your coffee. You wiped out, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, you know what? I looked up and I saw the fish helmet dude there, and I almost spilled the coffee laughing. not even lying. So I just need to take a huge drink of water. I am sweating like you'd not believe. I don't know if that's visible, but
No.
You do look a little moist.
Can I wear you like the mask?
You have to sit down and listen.
Stay a while and glisten.
Hope you filled that up before you sat down.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, back at the ranch.
Yeah, really. Are we good? Are we ready? Everybody good?
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
We're all good.
I think Bale's okay now. For a human.
Well, that really
human fish,
depends.
whatever the hell he is now.
Human fish.
Depends what your definition of okay is, but
He seems pretty happy that he has gills now. So,
Bro, I'm psyched that I have gills.
You're not sure they're fully functional gills yet. You just got some little slices in your neck.
I'll figure out how to make them fully functional.
Well, I'll get Urzog to hold you underwater for a while if you'd like. We can find out that way.
Stop trying to kill Derek.
If you start turning blue, they don't work too good.
all right. So what are we doing, guys? What are we doing now? So
I-
Derek, you're out of the water. Now what, guys?
we decided we wanted to head back, right? To try to catch.
Yeah, because we didn't go that far. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's, in the interest of speeding up, it's already 9:30. So in the interest of speeding up, let's just like walk us all through that same tunnel for the third time, and we're back in the barracks where the 3 chests are opened. There's a
Right.
door in front of you. There's what passes for a place to put boots, if you'll recall. I was mentioning last time. There's like a shitty bed, and there were people talking, and presumably they left out this door that's in front of you. It's just a wooden door, nothing special. So it's your show, guys.
Can I listen at the door to see? Can I listen? Like, put my ear up next to the door.
Sure.
Yeah.
Make a
What do I hear?
perception check, please.
1 second. I got 10.
Okay. So you put
Ten's
your
not there.
ear to the door, and it's not a very complex door. It's just vertical dark wooden boards. Nothing varnished, nothing special. Just we are underground after all. It's something of a wonder. There are doors, but it's nothing special beyond that. You put your ear to it, knowing that you would be able to hear if anybody was talking on the other side, and you hear. You're gonna want to have somebody else take a listen because you're not sure what you hear.
Okay, does someone else want to try looking or listening?
I
Okay.
will.
There you go.
Perception, wisdom.
Go ahead.
Do I have to roll, Alex?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Perception check. Sorry. Yes, sir.
That's yes, ma'am. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Perception. So 16 plus perception of 4, so 20.
On that 20. Okay. So, Elia, you put your ear you put your elf ear to the door, slender
Which is awful big.
and lovely that it is. This ear. And you hear what sounds like crying, but not
Did
a
you say
child.
crying?
Not a child crying, but crying.
Okay.
Like something like, since you rolled a non-nat 20, I'll give you a listen. I never liked the dark. Why did they leave me down here? That's what you hear.
It's that fucker.
Okay. So I think that slowly opening the door is the best option.
Okay,
Yeah, I think
slowly-
Urzog should open the door. Slowly.
No, I said slowly.
Okay, so
So
you're
you're
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Urzog. Well, you could do something slow.
Okay, so you slowly open the door. Is that correct, Elia? You are
Yeah.
in front. You're the only one in front of this door. You open the door, and there is immediately visible another long, dark tunnel. Congratulations, it's the underground. This is how this thing kind of looks. But there is a light in the back of it, and in the foreground, like there's a light at the end, but in the foreground is this figure. It's just black. This black figure that presumably the crying thing, right? Maybe 8 feet in front of you, sort of cutting through the light that's behind him, right? So there's this figure in your foreground cutting half of this light off of this next chamber deep down, crying about being never liking the dark. Why did they leave me down here? Now this figure doesn't seem to have noticed you, so it's your move.
Can I use stealth to get near it?
You can assume that you're stealthed already. He has not.
Okay.
The creature has not. I've noticed.
Can I get a little closer?
Sure. How
Okay.
close do you want to get?
Close enough to kind of make out what it looks like.
Okay. Now the rest of you guys, you're okay with just Elia crouch walking towards this figure because that's what's happening, and if you don't maybe put a hand on her, this is what she's gonna do. Okay, so you're inching closer and you want to try to make out what's going on. It's go ahead. You get closer and there's just sniffling and babbling and a very deep baritone babbling and sniffling. The two sort of contrast each other, one childlike and one grown, at least in octave, I guess, a deep octave sort of babbling and a little baby sort of crying. Now it's clear that this is whatever figure this is, this figure's back is to you. So what now? It's a humanoid figure clad in black with its back towards you. That's what you know.
But two voices going at the same time here.
No,
right?
no,
Is
not,
it
sorry,
two?
not two. It's
No, it's one. It's one.
It's
one voice. Sorry, it was probably
it's
confusing.
a different pitch, Sean.
He
Like
cries
two different.
like a child and babbles like a man.
Okay,
But it's
perfect.
one
Cool.
person. Sorry about that. I think it's good that you asked for clarity because the way I presented it may be confusing.
Why don't you see if you can find out what's wrong, Elia, without touching it? Just by asking, maybe you can speak the same language.
Now, just to be clear, there is some room by this person. Like they're not blocking the way by. If you wanted to slip by them for whatever reason, but there's a good 30 yards more of tunnel until you're going to get to that next light. So in this darkened section, there's this figure with some room to cross by and whatever. So
Okay, well, do the rest of everybody know what's going on, or
yeah,
just
they
me?
see, they're not 3 feet behind you. They can see. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Do we recognize this though as Keller? Like, can we call his name? Like, see if that's a response.
He might run away. He might startle him though.
So we chase him.
But we can sneak up
Okay,
on him.
I have to roll now. Unless you guys want to act quickly, I'm going to be rolling in 5 seconds.
I
So
think Kyle should see if he can.
I think what I'm gonna do is just
Elia.
I'm gonna just quietly ask what's wrong with the person thing, whatever it is.
Yeah.
okay. So go ahead.
can't
Go ahead
see
and
the
ask
hand
it as if. Go ahead and ask it as if I was the person.
Okay. Is there anything wrong? Anything that we can help out with?
Don't startle me like that. What did I do? Oh, it's you, the prisoners. And you notice it is Lorgum, the fool that was around Keller, or at least some of you recognize him. It's Lorgum, one of the flunkies who might be named Logan and just can't pronounce it right. Lorgum. He knows you. You're the prisoners. He can draw a short sword right to your chest, maybe a foot away. It's you, the prisoners, and you're that other one that came down the tunnel.
I draw my hand axe.
Okay, you have a hand axe. Elia's still in front of you, and Lorgum's got his short sword. he could potentially engage Elia in a fatal thrust, but it's not how.
I want to chuck this hand axe right at his face. Nobody cages an orc. I hate being caged up.
Okay, I want you to
see if he could lead us out of the tunnel.
No. Any choices? I've drawn the hand axe. I haven't done it yet. Okay. Kyle might die. What do you guys want? This is the guy who he was our capture.
Now it's clear. Let me just be clear in case it wasn't already, but I'm sure you guys kind of get a handle. Lorgum is
an idiot,
or Logan. He is a human idiot. Yes, he is an idiot. He is slow, mentally slow. That much is clear. Why he's in this region? Why he's not even exceptionally muscly. He's kind of, sometimes you substitute brawn for brain when the need requires it. He's not exactly brawny either. So it's very kind of curious that Lorgum is let alone here trying for whatever reason, but also affiliated with any of this at all in a certain manner. So
what I'm gonna put, don't do anything with the axe yet, and I'm gonna ask him.
Sorry, I'm just gonna interrupt you right there because what Urzog did was draw the axe and say, and to me, now correct me if I'm wrong, but to me, I feel like Urzog, and again, stop me if I'm wrong, Sean, because I'm giving you this opportunity to do that. But I feel like Urzog basically just said, "Nobody cages me," out loud. So Lorgum heard that. Obviously, it's kind of impossible not to notice you. Do you have a problem with having said that out loud, or were you talking as if not in the scene? Let me just clarify.
I was. I technically didn't say it out loud in Urzog's voice.
Okay, you didn't. Okay. All right.
I figured I'm pulling the hand axe and I'm getting ready, but I haven't done anything else yet.
So you haven't said anything. Okay, I'll remember that for next time when it's Urzog's voice. That's Urzog when it's not.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, that's my assumption. Okay, so Elia, you seem to be sorry. You seem to be speaking to.
So
was it Doomhammer there?
No. Well, I just told him to keep things at the ready. We'll say.
Well, will you say that, or
yeah? Okay, I can kind of tell that he's over my shoulder. Got it at the ready, right? Okay.
He's a towering creature. Lorgum's about a foot taller than you, for what it's worth, and like I said, he's not exceptionally muscly. He's not exceptionally pudgy. He's not exceptionally anything except stupid, really.
So I'm gonna talk to him, and so I heard you say that they left you alone in the dark.
That's what you're saying too?
Yep.
He just brandishes the blade. Yeah, have at you, get away from me, demon. But he doesn't say that. It's just kind of that's what he's.
Okay.
It's kind of he just shakes the sword like STFU. Shut up! I have a sword. He doesn't immediately engage in conversation. I just want to be clear.
Okay.
So you can do any kind of other things. You want to say more. You want to, whatever you want to do. Anybody else, if they have any thoughts? I mean, you can all see Lorgum here with the sword near Elia, maybe 5-6 inches away from her. The point is about 5-6 inches away.
Drop the sword so Urzog doesn't kill him. I would tell him, or else we'll let Urzog have his way with him.
Okay, so tell him that. Tell him that if you will.
I'm telling him that to drop the sword, or he can face the orc, who's not happy as it is right now. I'm trying to save your life, pudgy knucklehead.
He's not that pudgy. He's
well, okay.
Did you call him pudgy knucklehead?
Logan, right? I'm trying to save your life. So drop the sword, or I won't be able to hold back the orc much longer.
Now you notice he's got his. You guys can see my arm, right? He's got his sword out in his best example of a fencer, if you want, and it starts shaking out of fear. He can't hold the blade steady when he glances up at Urzog, and he darts his eyes away, and this blade is basically rattling against the dungeon wall by the end. He's that shaken up. But he doesn't drop the sword. he sort of stammers. He goes, "Get away from me! Get away!" And he steps back 3 paces. Steps back 3 paces from Elia. Sword still out, but shaking like a leaf in autumn.
Herzog, can you just snap off his arm then, without killing him?
Oh, I was gonna
You
say,
can probably just hit the sword out of
can
his
I
arm.
throw the hand axe? Try throwing the hand axe at his sword? If he seems to not be clasping it very tightly here, so I might be able to do a.
Can you like, do that in a bear hug after?
I would say it's really tight to sort of get like an arc and throw.
I would say
Something
please
this
don't
size.
throw past me.
I would say that I wouldn't recommend throwing this hand axe right now because Elia's in front of you. There's a small tunnel.
But I hate elves.
If you want to throw it, throw it. but
no, it's all
aware
good.
that
It's all good.
We're trying to keep this elf alive.
I mean, Kyle's in the front here, and I'm behind Kyle, so.
He steps 2 more feet back. That's 5 feet total.
Okay.
Just interrupt these things happen live sometimes, right?
All right,
he's
so-
further back now.
He seems pretty afraid of us. So what's best? What should we do?
He
2 more
seems
feet. 7
he
feet
seems
away.
like a bloody fool. We can
Okay,
just
wait.
walk past him.
It looks like he's going farther. We gotta at least stop him before he can run.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
So he was complaining about being in the dark. So if I can close the distance, I'd like to go up to him and touch his sword and light it up so that his sword is now light, and maybe that'll cheer him up. So he has a light sword.
What range is that? That spell.
I have to be able to touch it. So if I can close the distance.
Okay, he's about 7 feet from Elia, which you're about 3 feet behind.
Yeah, so I mean, I would like to move and approach slowly and calmly and.
Okay, so you calmly walk in your armor as best you can.
Yeah, and just say like.
Cross by
Here I
Elia.
come.
She hasn't moved forward since she sort of asked him what was going on. Now I picture Elia maybe on one knee or so, and you walk by her, and towards this Lorgum, and he goes to turn and run. I mean, my God, you're an armor-clad person with gray skin coming towards him in a tunnel. He's turning around and he is running now. He is actually going to try to run towards this light now. He's dropped the sword entirely, and he is running now.
Okay, I mean, I'll pick up the sword and use my light cantrip to light it up, and just yell at him and say, "Here, take your sword back," and then hopefully he turns around and sees that it's like illuminated.
Can't you throw them? They're like a
Yeah.
trap. Don't they wrap around the feet?
I don't
Aren't
know
they
if
like?
they're- I think it's like
So I'll yell in like my most booming voice that I can.
Okay. So you light his sword up. You're casting the light. So yeah. So cast it. Use
He should-
use the.
This
Use your
phone's like
voice.
20 feet, like bright light, 40 feet, like dim light. So he should be able to see this. Like as he's running, the hallway should illuminate.
Yeah, it will illuminate beyond what that meager torch was doing.
only
About
8 feet
let's say
away.
8 feet to from where he is now. Let's say maybe 10, 12 feet.
Yeah,
They're trying to stop him from being afraid.
Yeah, that's what Rob's trying to do. Sorry,
Um,
trying
Salazar.
to give him an illuminated sword, basically, to get him out of the dark. A gesture of goodwill.
Okay, so as he's running, this sword, his old sword, lights up, fills this whole tunnel with light. This whole section here, from the door onward, and it meets the other light and even overpowers that other light, that dim torch light. That who knows how old that torch was. And Lorgum is excuse me. Sorry, I hit my mic. Lorgum is, at least for the moment, stopped in his tracks as there's like almost like a palace ball chandelier level lighting in this small space suddenly out of nowhere. Like we're at we're at a fancy palace now suddenly versus the light that was in there prior. So he stops and looks back and turns around, but he doesn't exactly look at you. He just sort of, what the, you know.
Yeah, he doesn't understand what just happened.
Hey there, man! You dropped your sword. Here, take it back.
The sword is gleaming light at the moment?
Yeah, it's. I used the light cantrip, so the sword is illuminating the area around it.
Okay. So he, out of his stun, he's gazing around and didn't quite hear you, it seems. Just gazing at these lights, like as if they're like fireflies in the sky, and you know, he didn't pay attention.
Okay, so I'll slowly approach him with the sword. I'm holding the blade, and I'm holding the hilt towards him, and just saying, "Don't forget your sword, friend."
Okay. And as you get closer with this hilt towards him, now let me just speak outside of the game for a moment.
Always better.
You do realize you're handing a hilt of a sword to a potential enemy. You're aware of that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fully armored. Like, I'm ready to go here.
Okay.
I'm ready to light him a flame if needed with my celestial magic.
Okay. All right. So you hand him.
I got an orc behind me. I'm good.
Okay. All right. So you hand him the sword as like a goodwill gesture. The pommel to his chest, let's say.
Yeah.
Ish.
I'm just gonna prepare my hand axe a little bit more, like really ready to make sure that I'm quick
so
on the
you're, like,
reaction.
behind the head.
Yeah, quick reaction in case something goes wrong.
Okay. All right. And I will treat that. If something does go wrong, I'll give you the benefit, since you spelled that out, I'll give you the benefit of making this a reaction attack axe throw, which would be a bonus attack prior to the combat starting, because you've spelled this out. Okay, so just keep that in mind if something happens here. Okay, so I just wanted to lay the scene out for my mind now. So here we go. Okay, so you hand him the pommel of the sword, or the hilt and the pommel of the sword, and he sort of seems to lock eyes on you and say, "What'd you say?" He doesn't take the sword. He seems to be asking what you just said. Can you repeat what you said to him?
You were crying about being left in the dark. Here's some light.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what did you say about the sword specifically? Whose sword was it?
I said, take back your sword, friend.
Oh, okay. So as you do that, his eyes sort of be like to the center, and they sort of grasp onto what is happening. This man is again like relatively unhinged, at least insofar as it is to like. Insofar as as anybody is moored to reality, he's just a bit less so. He looks up at the sword and looks up at you and looks down at the sword again, and right on his like chest, like right in grabbing range, he could take it if he wanted, but he says, "Oh, that's not mine. I don't have a laser sword. I have a little simple sword. I don't have a laser sword. That's not mine. Although I would like it. It looks rather lovely."
I said, as far as I know, it's yours. You can take it.
So he grasps this laser sword, as he called it, this blade of light, and he grabs it as if it's, oh gosh, I don't know.
This thing's sliced bread.
Well, yeah, he grabs it in awe, and he's looking at it, and brings it close to his face and squints. The light is so bright, right in his face, and
shiny.
Like, you get the sense that he would maybe hurt his vision if he continued to stare like this, right in his blade here. Maybe you want to get his focus back somehow, Salazar. He seems absolutely taken by this blade, but you know, he's still standing in your way, as it were.
Yeah, I'll just try to persuade him that, this will light your way. It'll diminish over time, but you can use this. It's better than a torch.
Diminish. Everything diminishes. That's what they always tell me. Everything diminishes. It diminishes. That's what I told them. I said, when I was at the bar, they said, your tab is too full. And I said, "That's not your fault. Taylor said I could have it, have more to drink." And they said my coin purse diminished this. And I said, "It doesn't." So I say, "My laser sword doesn't either." And he swings up in the air with a flurry, and I want you to make a dexterity check, Salazar, please. He swishes the sword in the air, almost heedless that anybody's around him at all. Make a dexterity check, please.
You said?
Oh, please don't fail.
I got 9.
Rob, Salazar, you're a soldier. You've seen battle. You've seen men fling weapons. This is nothing to you. You sidestep this. You do a quick little dodge just out of the way. This is a slow human being brandishing a weapon as if he just got, a tube of cotton candy. This is not a lethal strike, but better safe than sorry. So you slide out of the way here in this tunnel, face to face with this. He's looking up to his sword as if he's the hero of a bygone age and sort of like wishing it around. "It'll never diminish." Lighting it up and like mumbling and singing and he is so happy right now. He doesn't even recognize that, he could be in mortal danger right now. That is how taken he is. Is there something else you want to do, any of you guys here? Because we just have this fool just
ask him maybe if
swinging.
he knows the way out of here. Maybe he could show us with his fancy new sword. Ooh.
Okay. So Trix, you want to approach him maybe?
Okay, so I'll approach him.
Okay, yeah.
And
go
I'll
ahead.
just ask him if he wants to help us after we gave him this new sword to help us find the way out of here.
Okay. So he's swinging his sword. "I am the greatest hero ever. I know how to feel darkness again." And he sees you approach, and he says, "The kobold! This is a perfect thing to test my new laser sword on." And he takes a swing at you, Trick.
No.
How close am I to him?
You're close enough so that he can see your 3-foot form. You're maybe 2 feet away. Make a dexterity check, please. He swings the sword and he says, just to clarify, outside of his voice, he says, "Oh, a kobold! What a perfect little monster to test my new laser sword on."
I got a 19.
Okay, so easy, like nothing to you. You scuttle out of the way and dodge back, and before he can even bring his eyes to what he made contact with, which in this case is absolutely nothing, you're already behind Urzog and maybe a few other people. Just the kobold way of things, right? It's not easy to take you guys down, especially in the tunnels, especially in the dark. Well, it's not the dark now, but I mean in other circumstances. But so he's huh? Where'd he go? What kind of laser sword is it if I can't even see them get away from me? And he throws it to the ground, and that seems to make the light at least shift around a little bit. There's more shadows. There's he's just moved a light source. He's thrown a light source. He throws the sword down, disgusted with his performance in taking down this wretched kobold, as it were. And he brings his eyes sort of more central, and it's as if now he realizes there's about 7 people in this tunnel. And yeah, he ran earlier and whatever, but now it's as if he fully wakes up, in a sense, and he says, "You don't see that kobold that ran by here? There's a monster. There's a kobold, and there's an orc too. This is I need some adventurers. Kelly! He's calling for, you presume, Bale. Who would he be calling for by that name?
Well, I don't. Is Bale talking? I don't hear him.
Not yet.
Okay.
All you hear is the name Kelly, Bale.
His Discord might be acting up still.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just cut to it then. So he calls the name Kelly. I'm sure some of you guys know who that might be, right?
Killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Urzog, you spoke in Urzog, so you must have said that out loud.
Killer.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, Kelly does not. Or the orc just
Can't you just
spoke.
grab him? God. Put your hand in his mouth.
But if you spoke, then if you know Kelly, then and I know Kelly, then you must work for Kelly. Hi, nice to meet you. I work for him. He really likes me. I'll tell you that much. He said that I am the best idiot that's ever worked for him. That's what he said. I heard it. I heard him say that at least 3 times. Hello. Hi. I'm Logan. And he extends his hand to you. Urzog.
Don't even.
I am going to extend my hand to shake his hand and say a pleasure, a pleasure to meet you, Logan. And when his hand's already out, so I actually want to grab his hand. I'm going to pull him towards me, to maybe cover his mouth, because right now we assume he's screaming for help, and we don't necessarily want these guys
Yeah, he was
chasing
calling
us.
for Kelly. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so in the act of shaking hands with him, you approached him and you shake hands with him, and in that act, you're gonna yank him forward,
Pull him towards me. Yeah. So
I'm in
I
for an RKO.
So I'm holding him, so he's constrained. He's not running away.
Okay. Okay, I need you to make a dexterity check on that though first, please.
I hate you. 11, and I think I'm -3.
-2.
So 9.
9.
So
Okay,
9.
so you grab him and yank him towards you, so he collides with your chest, and now I need you to make a strength check, please. Try to subdue him a little bit, because he not gonna go. He's not like silly putty necessarily.
7 plus 4, I believe.
Yeah.
So 11.
Okay, excuse me. And so you grab him, and I imagine you spin him around, and you sort of clasp him by the throat, like you're not going to kill the guy, but you're making it so he can't quite move and can't quite talk. Is that correct?
That is correct. I am subduing him.
Okay, so you were successful in those attempts. So now you're standing behind Logan, and you are, as I said, restricting him in those ways. Now he's not going willingly. He's trying to fight through, but as God is anybody's witness, or as Helm was anybody's witness, as it were, in the Sword Coast, he's not getting free of a 400-pound orcish bicep anytime soon. So, what now?
Well, tell him to take us to Keller.
No.
He thinks you work for him.
Maybe.
Anymore.
Maybe not anymore.
I mean, he might wonder about that now, considering you've just apprehended him. You might have to navigate that a little bit. But as of right now, he can't quite speak. So let's take it a step at a time here, if we can, guys. So you've got him. So now what, Urzog? It's on you to make the decision here.
Okay. Well, I'm going to. At this point, obviously, my stanky orc breath is like right on like the warmth is on the back of his neck. And I'm gonna tell him, I'm gonna loosen this grasp, and you better not run.
Okay. Anything else, or is that?
For me, I think that's it for now.
Okay, so you loosen the grasp.
Run or yell.
Oh, and and no yelling.
Okay, so you loosen the grasp a bit so he can move a little bit, at least speak a little bit. He can't quite turn, but maybe you catch his eye sort of like trying to flip backwards in his head to see you, kind of thing. He's kind of giving one of these, kind of like, I mean, you can't really see me, it's dark in here now, but he's trying to get an eye on you, but speaking now, he's like, hey, all right, it's a strange way to greet a fellow employee, don't you think? Now, I hand me you towering colleague. I can't remember if it was cauliflower or colleague. They're trying to teach me that one. I said it doesn't really matter to me. I said when I buy a beer, everyone's a caller to me. And nobody laughed. Nobody has a sense of humor. You know what I mean?
Okay, so at this
Just
point,
nonsense, right? Just
yeah.
nonsense.
So at this point, I'm gonna let him go, and I'm gonna grab him by the shoulders, like gently but forcibly, and make sure he's facing towards me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, Logan, Keller said he wanted to meet with me. Would you happen to know where he might be?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a response, and I'm gonna ask you to make a roll. Okay. So Lorgum looks you up down. He's about a foot away from you now, maybe at most. He stepped away from your chest. That much is given. Turned around by you and looking at you and says, "He said he wanted to meet you, eh? Why did he have you in the jail cell for then?" And I need you to make a check of some description. I'll let you choose. Do you want to make a persuasion check? Do you want to make an intimidation check? Do you want to make what is the other option there? I think maybe those are the two. But keep in mind that they don't achieve the same effect necessarily, right? Like one is aggressive, one is less.
Yeah, I think in this scenario, while I would probably be successful with intimidation, I think persuasion will be easier because he's a fucking idiot. So
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my headset off. You roll that. I'm gonna turn a light on here, and I'll be right back.
okay.
Actually, your disembodied head looks pretty cool, Alex.
Just floating.
That was 15, right?
Yeah, floating head and arms and all blackness.
Alrighty, what'd you get, my friend?
15.
15 on the and you said you're persuading, right?
Persuasion, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so deliver your line in response to Lorgum's question of why he had you in the cage if you worked for him.
That's a very good question, Logan. Well, you see, Keller was testing you. He put me in the cage to see if you would lead me to our meeting.
Oh yeah, that's right. Now he did say something like, "Lorgum, if I were to test you, I'd throw you to a bunch of orcs, and I'd be sure you wouldn't make it out the other side." Something like that. That was maybe like 2 years ago. Maybe now he's finally made good on it. Okay, that makes sense. You're not a bunch of orcs, but you're a whole bunch of a single one. That must count anyways, right? Okay. So what do you want me to
do? Could you please lead us to Keller, Lorgum, my friend, and Cauliflower?
Cauliflower, I always knew that the orcs would be my best friends. That's what I told them. I said they'd be my best friends. And he said, now when I throw you to a bunch of orcs, I'm going to rip you limb from limb and then take your chest and hang them up. And I said, what did they me? And then I proved it. So when you get to Keller, can you please do me the favor and say that I proved it. I proved that the orcs is like me. They understand my humor. Cauliflower. And he sticks his hand out. Like, matter of fact, like, put her there, pal, kind of deal.
So I give him a very soft high five, yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. So you want to see Keller, but who's this old little rubber with you then? Who's all this lizardman guy and all these other things? And what the heck is wrong with this guy's neck? And it's right as he points to Bale's neck, red and strange on these edges here, that you realize this guy's an idiot. Yeah, like this. I can't act more idiot if I tried. Like outside the game, just saying. This guy is an idiot, but he's not unperceptive. You know what I mean? He's not. I mean that depends if he's got a shiny sword in front of him. Like yes, but he notices the strangeness of Bale's neck and Bale, for your part, it's kind of unsettling that Daggerford's greatest fool would remark upon that. Kind of just, it's not something you're acting on now, but it's kind of just something you think about, right? Strange. It doesn't feel good to be looked at like that. Hey, what the hell is wrong with his neck? Taking you back into the game. So what are they doing about here? This lizardman guy, and what is wrong with that guy's neck? He's asking Urzog this, by the way. His cauliflower, as he would say.
Fuck. I feel like this could be
Just tell the simpleton they're tattoos.
He fell.
Okay. Actually, let's take with this here. So, Aljax, you step forward. I like this, so let's just go with this. So you get in front of Urzog here, and you say in your dragon way, slightly snakish.
Yeah, just tell him that they're tattoos, and we're all his cauliflowers.
Okay, you're all his cauliflowers, and they're just tattoos. Oh, what? So yeah, you're all in cages. Make a test, Aljax. Either one of the personality tests. So intimidation, deception, whatever you feel you want to do. But you have to convince him of the story. He doesn't seem like he necessarily. The whole orc thing is fine, but.
Okay, I got my. Okay. With my modifier on deception, I got a 3. So I guess I'm not too persuasive.
Okay, so Lorgum, he sort of glances away. Just tattoos. Yeah, I know about a bunch of tattoos, guys. What said they give me the tattoos of my favorite beer, but they never did. And they said they would, but they never did. And then anyway, he sort of snaps awake again the way he gets in his rambles, and he looks up at Urzog and says, I don't remember him saying nothing about no lizard test. And you sense, Urzog, that you have to correct this immediately. Like you have to convince him immediately, because he did not buy the Dragonborn story that they're tattoos and they're all cauliflowers. So think quickly here, because I'm about to roll for Lorgan here.
Lorgan.
You have to get in front of this. Yeah. Sorry.
Yes. Lorgan, relax. You don't remember Keller telling you about the tattoos and the lizardmen?
No, I don't remember. I think I would remember. Lizardmen are my favorites. I always drew them in my drawing book, and when I drew them, they always had fire breath and all these little cool things, because I like dragons, except kobolds. They're just terrible. I hate kobolds. Where's
Dragon.
Where's that kobold?
Where is it?
He's sort of looking up and down. Where did Trix go? He's sort of
hiding.
Yeah, she's still out of his view, but he certainly was looking. Go ahead.
This lizardman dragonborn fella can breathe fire if you want him to.
Actually, it's poison. But...
Never mind, he'll burn your face off.
I can melt his face if you want.
But really, Logan, you don't remember 2 years ago he told you about the orcs, and then he was also telling you about the Dragonborn, and he said he would come back on this day, and I remember specifically on that day that if you didn't remember, there would be grave consequences for you, Logan.
And as you say grave, his eyes just go big. Grave consequences? Like what? Like gravy consequences? Or actually like dig you in a grave and put you down there where the dead people sleep?
Absolutely, grave.
I'm pretty sure he meant sleeping with the dead.
Oh, I don't like that. I've seen them. They walk around in this old coast. Did you know that sometimes there's necromancers? I heard some necromancers. I don't mess with them. Like no way, no how. I never leave McGungle Pine unless I have to go to bed because they tell me I can't sleep in McGungle Pine because the people wouldn't like me, and I talk in my sleep and I burp in my sleep and I sometimes even fart in my sleep, and they tell me that, but I tell them I don't know what I'm doing. I just talk and something just happened. I don't know. No, I don't want on dead. No. And he looks scared.
I'm gonna put my hands on his shoulder,
Okay.
and pat him in a comforting fashion.
Okay.
It's okay, Logum. I'll tell Keller. It's okay. I got your back. Now bring us to him.
Okay. He's winded, but he seems comforted. Yeah, thankful that you would embrace him as your fellow colleague, as you are. And
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower. Yeah. He says, okay. All right. Sometimes he always said to me, he said, Logum, you get so uppity sometimes. I don't know if you'd stab the cow or eat it. And I said, I'd probably do both, one after the other. But I'm not sure which one first. Anyway, he trails off in thought about how he would necessarily eat a cow, living or dead. You're not sure. But it'd probably be an opportune time to restate your request because he has a way of getting his mind.
Yes, forcibly and loud. I'm kind of going to yell his name and be like, Logum!
Go ahead.
Bring us to Keller.
Oh, yes. So Keller, so the problem with that is he went down this tunnel, but then he said, Logum, guard the door for anyone what comes through here, and if they what was it now? If they seems they need some help to jog his memory. If they that's right. If they make a muck about in the barracks, you pull your sword and tell them what for. But then I got scared because the torchlight went out, and the Keller didn't give me a torch. And I know there's a torch over there. And he points down the tunnel as I've described to you guys. And he says, but he said guard the door. So I ended up just standing in the door. I just know he went down the tunnel. Take you to the tunnel if that's what you really want. I mean, we can go there, and I'm sure Kelly would be there, and his friend, what was his name? The city guard guy, the important one. What was down here to make the deal, What was his name? Fanner. Fanner, the city guard. You know him. Of course you know him. Everybody who works for Keller knows him, right? Anyone does. So him and Fanner, they went down this tunnel here, and then they said, watch the door. So, if you don't mind...
As I'm hearing this, like my ears perk up. Do I say, is that Captain Fanner?
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know him well. He's a famous one around these parts. Captain of the guard, the Blaggerford guard, right? The Captain Gideon Fanner, upholder of justice and hero amongst all peoples. He was down here just to make a deal. Hey, who would have thunk it? Him and Keller best friends. It's surprising, I know, but he is, and they are, and they were here.
So I turn to the rest of the party. I just say, like, I know of Fanner. He's the captain of the guard in Daggerford. Well respected, but what he's doing with Keller, I don't know. But we need to learn more about this guy.
Oh, Fanner. He's a real stodgy type, He doesn't like any of my jokes. I guess few people do now and then. But still, he's a bit more stodgier than others. I'll tell you that much. That's for sure. But I knew it was him because he wears that old badge on his shirt. The dagger in the mountain badge. for the best of the best at Daggerford, because not 500 leagues or so from here is Waterdeep. You heard of the place, Waterdeep, right? The biggest, most luxurious city in the Sword Coast, Waterdeep. Well, the Daggerford always was a little brother. Daggerford always wanted to do a little better than Waterdeep, but we weren't doing so good until Didion Fanar, Lord Captain of the Guard. Okay. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's right. You wanted to go to Kelly, so follow me then. And yeah, you can follow him if you want. He's gonna lead you down the tunnel you might have walked on your own. Urzog, I guess you're with him then.
I guess I'm right behind him. Yeah.
So just to recap, in case his voice is a little strange, he mentioned that he knows a Didion Fanar, Lord Captain of the Guard, and as Salazar just pointed out, he's not unfamiliar with this name, Didion Fanar, who is indeed Captain of the Guard. And well, I'll let if it's of import, I'll let them sort of discuss with you what his nature may be, but that's a new name for you guys. Okay, so what as Sal said, what he'd be doing with Keller, who's to say?
Yeah,
okay,
trying to sell an orc, a kobold, and a dragonborn.
Right, strange action for a captain of the guard, right? So you go down this tunnel now with Lorgum, and he flings open the door, and it leads to another tunnel and another door. Flings open that one, and he's just rambling as you guys go, as he never once really stopped doing. Just the usual knickknacks and everything else. Nothing of great import. He's talking about one time his old grandpappy grew a watermelon so big that that he called it an ocean melon, and he was sure that if he broke it on the land, it would make a new ocean entirely called Lorgum Sea. And when it didn't do that, it just made a red sticky mess. And I swear, you could sit and listen to this guy go on, but you might just be just as crazy as him by the end. Anyway, so he leads you through another door and another tunnel and another door and another tunnel until what looks like a dead end. And just a wall of dirt. And you guys who played Minecraft, when you dig the tunnel, eventually you got to dig something else, right? This is what you get. You get a wall of dirt right here. And he stops and he turns back and he sort of searches Urzog's eyes. This is about 400 yards later, a good 15 minutes from our original conversation. You all are getting fairly hungry, by the way. It's been a while, and some sleep would be nice, but not really in the position for that now, are we? And I don't think that the barracks is really that worth going back to. But anyways, he turns back and looks at you searchingly, and as if he's waiting, Doomhammer, for you, this fellow cauliflower, to take the next action here.
What are you waiting for, Lorgan?
Oh, well, it's just that when I'm with Kelly, he always says that phrase, the passcode, what's it thing. I don't remember these things really well. Words and me, we don't get that much time together. I just get all the time with me, because that's the easiest. But he has a word or two or three or more, I don't remember now, about how to get out of here, to get the door open, with the stairs up to McGuine's. You probably know what the code is, right?
I don't believe Keller ever shared that information with me. I always came from up top, never the opposite way around.
Oh, well, it's the same thing, though. They all lead the same way. We like to joke and say, oh, why don't we go down to the Underdark? The Underdark, it's so scary with the drow and the Sylph Baron. But this is not really the Underdark, though. There's a bunch of books, we'll talk about them gnomes themselves flaring. But and they talk about the Underdark, you know that book. Oh, I burned that one down. He was so mad when I burned that book. He was so mad. He said, "How'd you burn this book of the Underdark? How are we supposed to learn where the best trading ports are?" And I said, "Well, why would there be trading ports and under the ground? I don't know these things." But then he set up a trading network right here where we traded. Wait a second. Where we traded people like you. He seems to have circumnavigated his way to a suspicion, I guess, or knowledge of. He remembers that this was a slave trade market of some kind. That you can't really make sense of what he's talking about. The Underdark. The Underdark. Does anybody know what the Underdark is? Anybody wanna check their mental faculties for the Underdark? Anybody with history knowledge? And by the way, Gal, you surmise that the book he's referring to that he burned, it's the book you have, right?
Should I so I want to just like pull that book out and flash it and be like, "Oh, you mean like one of these books?"
The book that was burned.
Yeah. Okay, so you pull the book out and you show it to him?
I just flash it.
You just flash it. Okay, that's exactly the one. That's the one where he said he should get more kindling for the fire. And I said, "Oh, who needs this thing anyway? It smells like old shoes." So I tossed it in, but as soon as I tossed it, he went back and slapped me upside the head. I said, "That really hurt, that one, actually. I couldn't hear for 3 days." And he said, "Why would you burn a book from the Underdark? Are we supposed to make trade deals with the Drow?" The Drow, I don't know, the Drow. Who are the Drow? I drown in the water, that's what I know, but I don't know anything about no Drow, you know. But he was upset. I'd never seen him so mad. That's that book, though. He might want it back, actually. I don't know why he left it here. Maybe I could give it to him. And he extends his hand to you. Maybe I could give it to him.
Oh, no, I can take care of that. I can take care of giving it back to him.
Make a persuasion check, please.
Sorry, I got a 9.
You got a 9, and you said what was it again? I'm sorry. What was your response?
I'll give it to Keller.
Yourself? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess he'd be pretty mad if I touched it again, considering he says if you ever touch that book again, I'll flay you alive and feed you to the cephalopods. And I said, "Oh, I don't really like those things with them tentacles and whatnot. I would do a deep gnomes. If anything, maybe I'd be part of a deep gnome barbecue." And he just goes on forever, but needless to say, you seem to have convinced him that he better not touch that book again, lest he be flayed alive by the cephalopods, whatever that means. So he's still standing at this dirt wall here, and he seems to suggest there's some kind of passcode that who has been in the bar, who's been anywhere down these areas. Bale, you were up with him for a bit. Is there anything that you might recall regarding what the passcode could be? I'm
gonna have to roll something, aren't I, to remember this?
Well,
something about blackjacks. I think I remember.
I don't actually remember anything.
I remember sitting in the bar and observing, and I remember there's something about blackjacks.
Okay, now are you saying that to Lorgum?
I'm saying this to Bale, just saying that like when I was in the bar, like we were sitting there observing, we recall there being something about blackjacks. Maybe that's the code.
Maybe I mean, maybe you say that to Doomhammer. I guess maybe like maybe he could try.
Yeah.
Seems to be Lorgum trusts Doomhammer, right?
Yeah, it seemed to be like an order or something he said to the bartender, I remember. It was something about blackjacks.
Remember
I'll
what
say
it
that
is.
to Herzog.
Remember what it is.
Yeah.
Sal, I need you to do a history check, and same for you, Bale. Please do a history check. Intelligence, if you please. If you don't have a specialty.
So I got a 19 plus 1, 20.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. No more needs to be said then. So you tell Herzog, because he seems to be the broker for the party in this particular circumstance. And you recall, in fact, you were right, and good on you. I didn't know if it would come back. It was only blackjacks for me. That's what it is. Only blackjacks for me. And he said that only blackjacks for me, old guy. Remember? He said that, and you heard that, and Bale heard that too. Very quickly. It's not something that you'd think you'd have to remember, but so it is. And good on you, Rob. Good on you, Sal. Take 2 luck points, please.
Thanks.
Yep.
Just observing in the bar.
So now I'm gonna have to give this information, or I just say it out loud, or
Well, he's like, so have you thought about the passcode? Yeah, the passcode. Yeah.
I believe it was only blackjacks for me.
Yeah, that's right. Caleb does love his card play, doesn't he? He always says, I say, let's play, go fish, and he says, it's only blackjacks for me, Lorgum, because that's how I make my money. He's so sure, he's so smart too, really. But wait a second. Usually when he says that, the thing opens. But nothing happens. There's still a wall of dirt. Now there's dirt. It's a strange to see a wall of dirt, right? Like it's not kind of, you're in a man-made tunnel that much has been clear for a long time now, or at least a man tracked, like a man lived in or operated or excavated tunnel. Why would there be a wall of dirt here? He's right. Lorgum's right. The only blackjacks was the order that he gave to Magain, but there seemed to be something more to it than that to get down into the place where Bale got down into. So there's got to be some way to get up, right? If there's nobody at the controls, but it's hard to say.
Did Lorgum say that there was a map in that book? He said, "How else are we gonna know, like the system underground?" So
Yeah,
do we want to check that book?
Right, he did say, "How else will we know where the best trading ports in the Underdark
Oh,
are?"
trading ports. Okay.
Yeah, it's just similar. It that would imply a map. You're correct, Trix. That would imply a map. Yes. If you will, I will. If you want to pull that book out, you can have a look.
I'll ask Galatar to check her if she has
yeah,
it.
yeah, Gal.
She's not
do you
sharing
wanna-
that
I can do that.
Gal, do you want to take a look?
Yeah, I'll flip some pages.
Sure. Why don't you roll for me, please?
I'm rolling so bad. I got a 3.
Okay. So you come upon a section of the Underdark, which is the Drow Pantheon, which is to say the Drow gods. Okay, and this may or may not be useful, but here we go. Here is a list. Below you is a list of the gods worshipped by the dark-skinned ones. Elistrai, goddess of sunlight and moonlight. Kiransali, goddess of necromancy. Loth, goddess of spiders. Seveltarn, god of warriors, and Veyron, god of thieves. These are the gods worshipped by the dark elves, the Drow, lords of the Underdark. That's it.
So do I just read these names or?
Yeah, you could. Yeah. Although you get the sense that this isn't a matter for voice. This is a matter of mechanism. I think at this point, how to get this passage going is a matter of mechanism, not so much magic. So maybe that's not going to do too much if you just read names aloud. Maybe have a look around, some of you guys. See if we can see anything.
Yeah, so I think we need to look around. So I'm trying to see if there's any type of switch or door or anything.
Okay.
Feeling
So you're
around.
running hands along walls and whatnot.
Yep.
Okay, Sal, thank you. Please make a insight check, which is to determine the true nature of a thing.
13.
What's that?
13.
13. Okay, so as you're running your hands along the walls, the wall that's stopping your progress too, you do feel something, a symbol. You brush it off, and it's a 9, the number 9, and you feel like if you go more to the right, there's other things, other symbols.
Yeah, so I keep brushing to the right. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so you brush to the right, and there's a 10. So there's a 9, a 10, and there's more yet. Still 9, 10 to the right.
So 2 next. Blackjacks.
9, 10, 2. So it's let's see. It's just looks like a man's face with like a little, like a sort of a youthful face, etched into the stone and dirt a little bit, and then to the right of that, a woman's face, and then to the right further, that'd be the end of the wall. It's a crowned face, and you feel like these things stick out of the wall. It feels like you could, like, grab them, manipulate them, something. But they're etched into, these symbols are etched in 9, 10, and if you go left, you feel. I mean, if you want to, you can search the left as well.
Yeah.
And you get 8, 7, various symbols underneath, diamonds, things like that, diamond-shaped things, and a heart shape. At least not the real heart, but the hearts that you represent.
We know he likes cards, right? Keller likes cards. That's what he said.
So
card games.
So there's all these symbols. There's 9, 10, 8, 7 symbols underneath all these numbers. 3 faces too at the very right.
Jack, Queen, King.
What do you make of all this stuff?
I mean, I know that one of the code words to get down was blackjack. So is there any way that I can discern that I can press some of these and make a 21?
Okay, so you want to press the numbers?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say, go ahead and press the ones you think might be relevant.
Yeah, so if there's any combination that add up to 21, I would like to press those.
Okay, so you do that. You press the relevant things, and they press in. Okay, one after another, they push in. So they are buttons of some description, gear mechanisms, and they push back out when you select that number. So either it's the wrong combination, or it's something not exactly right.
Are there any aces?
Not that you can see right now, but there's a whole wall you could potentially work with to the left, farther from. Again, the wall blocking you, it has these 5 things on it. Okay, it has 9, 10, youthful face, woman face, crown face. Okay, then to the left of that blocking wall is descending numbers, and then things underneath those as well. Like I say, diamond symbols, things like that.
Yeah, I think we need to clear off like all of these, and then.
Okay. Okay.
basically, make it 21. So,
Okay.
But he
like,
said if I'm not mistaken, though, he said there was 3 buttons. So the one of a youthful man, and then there's 2 women, and then one with a crown, right? So are we assuming that? I mean, we're gonna think that those are maybe Jack, King, and Queen, Jack, Queen, and King.
yeah, exactly.
And the passcode was only blackjacks for me, so that wouldn't. That
Yeah.
sounds like a plural to me, no?
Yeah, so maybe just maybe not 21, but maybe all the black jacks, so the young-looking males.
Okay, well, so you want to press the young face on the blocked wall?
Yeah. Are they colored at all? Like, is it like red and black?
Not visibly that you can see. No.
You would just
Um,
need to pick the jack and then the club and the spade.
So
Ah.
for example, there are symbols underneath each of these faces and underneath each of these numbers.
Yeah.
So you want to press the young face? Is that correct?
Yeah.
And there's only one that you can see, one of these young faces. So
Yeah.
you press this in and it
that's
stays
bad.
in, okay? And you know from your prior experience that if you press a certain number of buttons, they release all, unless it's correct. Or at least you assume. So you press the young face in, now what? Again, underneath, again to the left, numbers descending, and underneath every single button are shapes of a kind. And Elia, you had what thought was it again? I'm sorry, what did you say?
Yeah, I think I need Elia's help here. So can I get Elia to come over and
Yeah, of
give some
course.
insight?
Of course you can. Yeah.
Since
Elliot.
it's black jacks, and we assume that one that you pushed in is a jack, the other 2, the only black ones are the club and the spade in cards and human cards.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very astute observation, Elia. I might like elves just yet.
Okay, so you're suggesting that when you look under the youthful face, there's all kinds of symbols. There are indeed the playing card symbols. Do you wanna do what Elia says here, or Elia, do you want to push the relevant symbols that you think?
I'd say push in both of them. Yeah.
I think it has to be both of them based on the
Yeah.
plural of only blackjacks, right?
Okay, so you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Elia, you push in the symbol of the spade, the symbol of the club, correct?
Yeah.
And as you do so, the whole wall in front of you
Yes.
moves, and in fact, here we have a stairwell. And what looks to be a trap door shut above it, maybe 5 steps upward, and a trap door. Good job. Good thinking. It was very interesting to have you guys work through that. The 21 was an interesting thought as well. So you've got it. Take a luck point there, Elia, and also one for you, Salazar, and also Doomhammer. Please take 2 luck points. I may have overheard you whispering a little bit, and it seemed like you were on the case, so I really appreciate that too. Thank you guys. So you found these stairs now, trapdoor leading up. Now you can surmise, if all is as it seems, that this would lead you to the bar. Now, what do we know about the bar, though? There was something going on up there, wasn't there?
Fighting.
There was a
Yeah.
fighting, yeah.
Yeah, and some of you guys actually came from there. Maybe, is there something you can say about what you might have witnessed, or was it a little too chaotic to know exactly what was going on? It's up to you guys. Before you go, I'm saying, do you want to discuss anything that might be of relevance? No? Okay.
Not really. I mean, things were kind of a mess.
Okay, sure. So now you guys are gonna have to go single file up the stairs. They're old wooden, dirt-covered stairs, clearly fashioned for this purpose, but also it leads to a square trap door that can barely fit Urzog, but will fit Urzog. But I guess what I'm saying is Urzog in last or Urzog in first. What's it gonna be?
Urzog in first. Well, wait. Where's what the heck's his name in all this?
Lorgan.
Where's Lorgan? He was leading the way. Did we just leave him down there?
No, he was.
First.
he was. That's an astute observation. He has quite the habit of sort of just mumbling to himself. So he's sort of like drawing in the dirt with a little dagger that he had in his boot. Like, you know, sort of must have been in his boot anyway. You didn't see him carrying it. He's sort of just drawing like a sun and like stick figures. Like nothing. He almost didn't even seem. Even though he asked you, you know, did you know the code? It doesn't seem like he has the attention span to sort of like work through that. So he hasn't really paid attention, but he's still here. Absolutely. It's not like I had him run away on you guys. He wouldn't
Okay.
have but do you want to go first? Do you want to open the hatch? So what it'd be is you would sort of like punch it from underneath. These things are supposed to be operated in a different way than this. You at least get the sense from what Lorgan was saying that there's like supposed to be a trigger man, right? Like on the other side, like a lever man, but there isn't. So you're gonna have to use some strength to kind of, you know, manually get your way out of here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go. I'll lead the way. If I can have maybe Gal and Sal behind me, because they are the next best, I think, and they have the heals if ever we need.
Okay. So
Yes.
go ahead and make a strength check. You're going to, I assume, just bare knuckle this. You don't want to like shatter this thing. You want to just get this.
Just
out
kind of
of
break
this
the latch and then
pocket,
sneakily
yeah.
open it, kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, like a manhole cover, kind of. You know, just slide that or punch that shit away. Maybe lift it up.
I rolled a 7 plus 4.
7 plus 4 is 11.
11.
So you bang and dirt falls on your face, eliciting a few coughs, but it's clear that it's not too strong, and you're able to punch this trap open off the hinge a little bit. So you can lift it if you want and take a look.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay. So you lift it, and as you peer first with your orcish eyes, like you start to wonder how long it was that you've been down here. The whole bar is burned to the ground. There is charred wood, smoking debris, like, you know, with the remnants of battle, swords and arrowheads charred and whatever you would imagine a burned building to be, as burned as yesterday or so, maybe a little more than that. It's very clear that Magain's Old Pine, the tavern, is a cratered out, burned out heap of rubble, and there are people standing around it. There are people walking around and sort of taking in the scene, but it's very clear to you that this bar is burned to the ground. So if you want, you can open it up and step out, or in fact, why don't you do that?
Okay, I'll fully open up the trap door.
Okay, and step out.
I'll put it down slowly because I don't want it to like swing and like slam and make too much noise, and then I will step out of the hole.
So as you guys come to, you notice that, as I said to Doomhammer, that the whole place is burned to the ground, and this is an establishment that seems to have been well loved and well taken care of by these people, and not only that, as you're looking, you see somebody being taken away, or already taken away, under the arms and things like that, and this is a whole. It looks like there's people like investigating the rubble, if you like, right? Like armored guards, armored people, and you notice one of them. One of those armored guards he's got the. What did Lorgan say that people had on that armor? Sal, Urzog, make a history check, please. Sal, you too, please.
History, you said?
Yeah, just to recollect. Yeah.
I got 10.
10.
Is there a wisdom on that or anything like
I
that?
believe it's intelligence. I could be wrong.
I got
I-
18.
18. Okay, so you see embroidered on the shoulder the sword in the rock mountain. On the shoulder of one armored guard, kneeling down and sort of fingering through the ashes. And that is where we'll leave it, guys. That is the end of episode 3. We are out of the tunnels and into the rubble of the tavern with maybe somebody we recognize, maybe sifting through the rubble and somebody being carried away. And I'll have to leave it there and get back to you guys on episode 4. Thank you for sticking with me. Some things, it looks like we got through there without too many technical difficulties. Really appreciate you guys. Maybe went longer than we should have, but thank you guys. It's going to be the end for this episode. A lot of fun.
All right.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, see you guys.
Was fun. Was fun.
It was great.
For freedom.
All right,
For
guys.
free.
Thanks for sticking with me. I know it's a long shift at this sometimes. I appreciate you.